Hello, everybody. I'm your host, Eric Bird, here at StopStrugglingNow.com. And tonight we had a little bit of pre-start. And when it started, that means it's past time for the live stream. But nonetheless, maybe you guys will find me after I start the live stream. Yes, it's a little bit late because we have a lot of gremlins in the system once again. And I'm sorry about that, but hopefully you had a wonderful, happy Thanksgiving and the weekend has started. So we got to talk about the end of the year stock market tips 2023 because as you guys know, the mantra, we have several of them. One of them is if you know where the future is going, then wouldn't it make sense for you to invest in the future while prices are cheap? Well, that's what we're going to be talking about tonight, amongst a lot of other things. So please sit back, relax, grab a pen, pad, and paper, and welcome. Stop struggling now, gear. Check. And please like, subscribe, and click the bell below so you get the latest updates. Now, let's get to it. All right, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. And once again, I want to say I'm sorry. We had a false start. So the other live stream actually started, it ended. So a lot of people might know about that live stream. And so it's ended and think, oh, well, there's no live stream tonight. Well, yes, the show still goes on, but it's on another stream. And I don't know if anybody received those notifications, but we're still going to make it happen because this information needs to live a little bit longer on YouTube, on the internet, so people can actually take advantage of this. And welcome to the SSN Nation Friday night live stream. And smash that like button. And another request, please share the videos. You never know who you're going to be able to help. All right, let's get into it, shall we, ladies and gentlemen? All right, I'm going to actually, because I got discombobulated, because of all kind of things were going on with less than 20 minutes to go, I said, okay, let me go do some things. And the next thing you know, I started the live stream thinking it was Monday or Wednesday night at 8:50 p.m. So it started prematurely. Now, I'm going to get into EV, electric vehicles. Now, a lot of you don't misunderstand. I'm not referring to electric vehicles per se. I'm referring to electric vehicles because there are so many technological advances that people don't realize. So they're thinking, oh, it'll be never, it'll happen. Not realizing it will happen, not realizing several factors. A lot of people right now say, hey, what about all these EV vehicles, batteries? They cost $10,000, $20,000, just like a ICE vehicle, internal combustion engine. An ICE vehicle, their engine to replace. So why would I care? But see, here's the thing, ladies and gentlemen, just like computers when they come out, just like when flat screen TVs came out and people were paying $10,000 for a plasma TV with 720p, right? Not 1080p, not 4K. It was 720p, $10,000 for a plasma screen. And that's only like 50 inches or something. Now you can buy 85, 100-inch LCD or some other OLEDs and all this other stuff, not even for $4,000, not even for $2,000. You can get 4K for under $500, under $300 now. This is what's going to happen with electric vehicles, lithium ion and hydrogen cells, and a whole bunch of hybrid cells are going to come out. This is what they're working on right now. But here's one of the quickest and easiest things to figure out. If you're going to sell more electric vehicles, it makes sense that nobody wants to be sitting around at a Tesla charger for 45 minutes to an hour and a half. That's pretty well established, right? So if somebody comes up with a faster charging system where you could be in and out in a matter of minutes, and I don't mean 10 minutes or 5 minutes, how about 2 minutes? Would you now start thinking, wait a minute, what are you saying? And if you also know that you can recycle lithium and other battery chargers and battery platforms, which people say you can't, but yes, you can. We're going to talk about it. I'm going to show you. And this also has to do with my stock tips because we know where we're going, where everybody has an EV. It doesn't matter who it is now. They are all on board because they realize they're going to be choked off from emissions with regular ICE vehicles. In case nobody understands, internal combustion engines is ICE vehicles. So you're going to be choked off due to the constraints that's going to say, well, you need to have 40 miles per gallon by 2030, let's say. That's not going to happen, right? They don't want to do that. They don't want you driving around getting 75 miles per gallon in gas. So the government of the United States and other governments around the world said, hey, why should we be at the situation with OPEC Plus, who owns and controls 80% of the oil, and they can wake up any day, just they did a month ago, and say, you know what, we're going to reduce our production. Reducing production means there's not enough oil, so that would mean the prices would go up. So if you're smart, what would you do? You would say, hey, anything but oil. I don't understand why this took 50 years, because in the 1970s, energy crisis, and it took all this time for these guys to wake up and say, okay, I guess we better get off the oil for real. Because one of these days, these guys are just going to do what Russia has done to Europe and say, we're not even going to give you any oil. All right. So think about that, ladies and gentlemen. United States is lucky. We actually produce oil. But here's the thing. They send the oil out to other countries because they want record profits. They don't want a situation in America where we can nationalize. We have to capitalize, right? Where you can make as much money as you want on the backs of the citizens, even though we subsidize you and the citizens give their tax money. So you receive billions of dollars of subsidies to get ahead, right? No love in return, but we're going to be talking about it. Let me see who's in the house tonight before we get started into this, because this is going to be awesome. Curtis Davis, Mr. Financial, found the live stream tonight. Welcome to the SSN Nation Friday night live stream. Thank you so much for being here. He has the icon next to his name, which means he's a member of the channel. And he brings his tagline, ladies and gentlemen, good evening, SSN family. ABMM, always be making money. That's what we're talking about, ladies and gentlemen. How can we always be making money? Stock market, dividend investing, cryptos, real estate investing, where you receive passive income, rental income, passive. We're talking about all of this tonight after Thanksgiving. This is the end of the year. You have every reason to consider stocks. Anything in stocks, people start doing their portfolios at the end of the year. All right. Whether you have losses, you want to sell before December 31st. If you have profits, you might want to sell or wait. It depends on your strategy. All right. Mr. Financial is also known as Curtis Davis, AKA Chili Davis here in the YouTube streets. So he has a YouTube channel called Chili Davis with 2 L's, CHILLY Davis. He helps out with stock market information throughout the day to help you out as well. So go check him out. Subscribe to his channel. He's part of the SSN Nation. Show some love, please. Go check him out. Now, Curtis Davis also says, that's right, plasma TVs came down. It's only time to wait. Exactly. Who would get a plasma TV now? They're heavy as hell, right? Everybody's saying, forget that. Just give me the film like in a cell phone. Give me a film. We can carry these things one person now, right? They're so light. Now, Cornell Denson is here. Welcome to the SSN Nation Friday night live stream. Thank you so much for being here. And hello to you. Hello. Thank you again for being here for the Friday night live stream. Brian P's in the house. welcome to the SSN Nation Friday night live stream. And he says, what's up, Eric? Hello, SSN family. What's up to you? Thank you so much for being here. And Leah Dennis is in the house. Welcome to the SSN Nation Friday night live stream from NJ. And with the icon next to your name, I appreciate it. And good evening, SSN fam. 100% facts. Thank you. That's what we try to deliver around here. Brian P., Curtis Davis, Mr. Financial, showing some love. Brian P., hello, welcome back. Exactly. So let's get into it, ladies and gentlemen, because if you're not paying attention, because you're out here working hard and you might not be browsing certain areas of the internet, then you might not know about situations like what I'm about to describe right here. Because earlier, I mentioned about the technology. Here's interestingenneering.com. Look at this here, ladies and gentlemen. A game-changing new EV battery recharges in only 72 seconds. 60 seconds is a minute. 72 seconds is a minute and 12 seconds. Less than 2 minutes. Plug and play and gone. Okay. Do we have your attention, ladies and gentlemen? Mic check, mic check. This now puts this situation with EVs or hybrids in a whole nother category. And some people, we're talking stocks, right? Think about if you're saying, hey, you know what? I think I might want to invest in this startup company. Well, they're from Switzerland. Once again, Americans, you aren't the smartest knives in the shelf. There are people around the world. Geniuses are all over the world. Somebody could beat you to the finish line first. So when you're sitting here arguing about getting infrastructure money to build factories, build manufacturing, building these battery locations to help get America first like we used to strive for, then this is what you would do. But see, Swiss startup Marand, speaking of stocks, I don't know the answer to this, but after this, you have your pen, pad, and paper. You might want to find out which of the electric vehicle companies invested in Swiss startup Marand, and then you can invest in that stock on one of the stock exchanges or over the counter. Swiss startup Marand, electric, novel hybrid battery technology, all right? Much longer lifespans than the lithium ion batteries. That's right, because lithium ion, there's actually a situation where the technology for those right now, it takes longer to charge. Let's call it what it is. And also, we'll get into some other things. But look at this, it's charging small vehicles in a fraction of the time. All right? So you guys are understanding EV is going down. So if you are waiting, if you're smart, put some money into EVs, whether it's charging, technology like this. If you can get in early and get some exposure, if Nissan is invested in this, then you might want to get some Nissan. If Volvo's invested in it, you might want to get some Volvo. All I'm saying is all the car companies are going to go EV. So charging, whoever comes up with under 2 minutes, under 3 minutes, under 4 minutes charging, now you're going to win that race. All right. So I'm just giving you that's one. So write it down. All right. You see it right here. Swiss startup Marand. All right. And they're saying it could see electric vehicle batteries charge in less time than it takes to fill an internal combustion engine vehicle at a gas station. The company reveals. It's not just hybrids, ladies and gentlemen. They're about to kick ass. All right. While Elon's messing around. I'm just saying. All right. Let me know what you guys are going to think about all this. All right. So here we go. Curtis Davis. He's in the know. He's staying on top of this. The internet was slow in the 2000s. Exactly. What was it? All that, right? And it would be like, I can't even remember. The dial-up was less than less than 500 megabyte, 1 megabyte or something crazy. It took like a minute or two to even get online. And then we go into the 2000s where your computer basically only had 32 megabytes of RAM, generally only had not even 1 gig as memory. You can forget that. You still had floppy disks like 25 years ago. How crazy this is. All right. And speeds, that's a whole nother ball game that I can't even remember because speeds were so slow. And with technology, this is what happens. And he has a perfect point. More innovations with speed. Exactly. You're able to have apps. Then they had to turn it into more memory on everything. So we can have more apps and bigger apps to do more things. And that's why we're able to have the Twitters and all these Instagrams and Facebook and be online, because of all the speed was needed and the memory was needed. All right, the RAM. So this is what's happening in the EV, ladies and gentlemen. You can get in now for something that's going to be big time in about 5, 6, 7 years. And there's going to be a ride up. And if you can be involved stock-wise with a few of these companies, you know the future's coming. There's nothing to panic about. You don't have to sit here and go, oh, I wish I invested in something. You have every chance right now. Just do a little research. Everybody has to do their own due diligence. Victor Marrero's in the house. Welcome to the SSN Nation Friday night live stream. Thank you so much for being here with the icon next to the name. And he has one of two taglines with him. He says, hello, all. Let's do this. That's what we plan on tonight. We have to represent Victor Marrero because, as he knows, we have to be diversified. Stocks, where the top 10 percenters put their money into. Businesses, where the top 10% have many of them. And top 10%, I mean the wealthiest, ladies and gentlemen. Then what else do they buy? Stocks are also considered equities. All right. Just so you understand, some people say, hey, do you have any equities? Well, that's stock as well. Stock and equities, they're the same. Just call it the same thing. All right. So what else? Real estate. How do we get into real estate? Are we going to buy multifamilies? Are we going to buy rental properties, single family or condos or mobile homes? What are you going to do? Passive income is the order of the day in the future. You may not be able to have jobs because there won't be enough jobs. If you have 300 million people, there's not going to be 200 million jobs. Let's face it. So therefore, that's why we have a whole world now where people are doing their own business. All right. So keep that in mind. Laverne Penix also has found the live stream. Welcome to the SSN Nation Friday night live stream. Thank you so much for being here with the icon next to the name. And he says, hello, SSN Nation. I hope everyone is doing well. Let's make some money. And now that Laverne Penix is here, AKA Mr. Cool, is in the house. Again, everybody, I hope you had a wonderful Thanksgiving day and continuing into today and tomorrow, this whole last 2, 3, and the next 3, 4 days. I hope it all goes well. And who was out here buying these Christmas presents for the Black Friday? Who was out here spending all their money? Does anybody remember what I said on Wednesday? I said there's going to be a record. I don't care what the economy is. I don't care about all the increase in interest rates. I don't care. I think it's going to be a record, right? Black Friday record, spending wise. Let me illustrate something, ladies and gentlemen. The reason why the stock market is going to be very important. You're going to need a rise going up. Meaning, if you're able to get into some stock now, like for instance, Mr. Cool's, one of his favorite stocks is Tesla. Tesla was down to 167. That's about rock bottom as you can get. We had to talk about this. Even I had to say, hey, this is getting crazy now. I mean, there's just no way this should be happening. And sure enough, it goes back up to like 185 or something, right? So windows of opportunity are enormous right now, especially when you know Tesla is still a little bit ahead. They still have vehicles in the pipeline. They still have the lead as far as the distance that their vehicles can go. So it's going to take another year, 2 years for people to catch up. But in the meantime, they're going to gather up more market share because they're going to sell more vehicles. So another one, put that pen and pad and paper for TSLA, because you need to start considering about now, even though I think it's going to go down a little further under 200. It's like 180, 185, 160, 170. I mean, that's about rock bottom, ladies and gentlemen. All right. I didn't buy any Christmas gifts. Well done, Brian P. That's right. No gifts on Black Friday, ladies and gentlemen. They have you all fooled. Black Friday, people are like, oh, these are rock bottom prices. But little do you know, over the course of the next 30 days, those prices will still come out. They'll just use a different product. I mean, it'll be, let's go with everything. People like these TVs, right? For instance, the TV will be something crazy low price, but throughout the next month, they'll use a different brand of TV and it'll still be that crazy low price. And then after Christmas sales, and it's still that crazy low price. You never had to stand in line. You never had to rush on this Friday, Black Friday. You never had to do anything Cyber Monday, because at the end of the year after Christmas, they have all this inventory. What do you do if you're a business, if you're on a yearly IRS schedule? After Christmas, that's your sales are blown out. Everything between now and Christmas, you made all your sales. Now we're getting a little accounting, right? So what do? You sit there and you say, hey, man, what happened? Did we have losses? Did we make a profit? Because based on 25th, 20, 27, 28, 29, you're sitting there like, okay, we didn't do that well. We had L's. So it's good. We had a great Christmas time, but what can we write off for next year's taxes, right? That's what they're looking for. So they'll sit there and say, oh, we have all this inventory that's been sitting here for 8 months. That's doing us no good. Why don't we just sell it for what we got it at? We don't have to write that in as a profit. Let's get rid of it, blow it out. That's what happens after Christmas. So that's why you got to take advantage after Christmas sales. All right, here we go. I'm going to buy crypto and stocks. Brian P., there you go. I have no problem with crypto. You just got to be very careful right now. Don't leave your money on exchanges. And the other thing about it is, crypto is still in a crypto winter. Crypto, and Brian P. may be doing something with crypto. In fact, by the way, if you want to get your free stocks from Robinhood and Webull, down below in the description, you'll find there's links to Webull that can give you up to 12 free stocks right now. They give you a few for depositing, a few for just downloading the app. That's Webull. And then if you deposit, they give you like up to 10 more stocks. So they have a special going on right now. So yeah, I don't blame you with the crypto either, but it's very easy when we know the future. All right. The new TVs are 4K with curvatures for 500 or 1,000 by January. It's 30% off. Exactly. That's what's going to happen. Exactly. So people are out here right now buying up these TVs for whatever reason. And then 45 days from now, they're going to walk in the store and it's like, wait, I stood in line overnight to get this thing, and now I see it's the same price. Hey, supply and demand, ladies and gentlemen, just like stocks. If there's demand for a stock, the stock price rises. All right, we're going to keep going. Let's go. Victor Marrero, he says, agree 100%, diversify. Even inside stocks, you need to have a balance of domestic and international. ETFs, there we go. He's dropping some gems, ladies and gentlemen. ETFs, SCHD, VOO, and VOOG are good examples of good balance between growth and dividends. Oh, yes. And hey, you know, one of my favorites now, JEPI. I got to show some love for the JP Morgan Group. JEP is in Paul I, ladies and gentlemen. That gives you 11% or 10.5% return. And that's JP Morgan. One of the Fed groups is what I call it. Fed bank, Fed groups. They're in charge. So I'm thinking $5.78 per year for a share of stock. Their stock right now is $55. So you can figure it out. $5.78 divided by 55. 550 is 10%. So that's why I knew it was more than 10%. It might even be 11% because it's $5.78. I just never ran the numbers, but it's somewhere between 10 and 11% annually on any money you buy for their stock right now. And then Victor Marrero dropped some gems right here because these are low right now. Remember that. I think we're 1929 still. But there comes a point where these guys are adjusting their portfolios all the way, all the while. So when Cathie Woods goes, hey, I'm back in buying Tesla, it's because when she saw it at 170, she's like, I'm back in. I got to buy this stuff. I was buying at 300. You think I'm not going to buy it 170 or 167, 180? No, hell no. I'm bringing down my dollar cost average. I'm back in with Tesla. She hasn't done good over the last 2 years, but she's setting herself up for progressing along. And that's Cathie Woods from her investments. So ARK Investments. All right. So we'll look at this. We're going to get into something else. All right. You guys know we're not stopping there. We have more to talk about with regards to EVs, because this isn't a one-trick pony scenario. Just because we can wire up doesn't mean anything. Just because we can, get things charged in 2 minutes, 3 minutes, 5 minutes, okay, whatever. That's not uniformity. That's not a standard. But whoever is there first to be able to charge is going to be the standard. Just like the race between Nikola Tesla and Edison, because these guys were operating on Nikola Tesla goes DC, man, because DC's direct current. That gets you done. These other guys are like, wait, we can't do that in every house. I think we should do alternative AC. All right, well, Nikola Tesla works under Edison, right? Says, hey, you can't take this stuff from here. You're going to have to do this. They have their little riff, of course. They're both scientists. One says DC, one says AC. AC wins out because it's alternating current, but they had their battle. All right. So keep that in mind. That's what we're going to have in the EV space with regard to batteries, with regard to charging, with regard to a bunch of things. Drivetrains, when trucks come out, which they're coming out, they're already out. Trucks come out for the electric vehicles. That's going to require more power. The drivetrain from the electric, they're going to use electric drivetrains and transmissions. So all of this, you have to start thinking about, wait a minute, where's that stock that creates those electric transmissions? Because when Corvette wants to increase their horsepower, a Corvette vehicle, car, two-door, what are they going to do? They're going to actually run electric up front or in the rear to give them saw that happen. That is something that you're going to have to consider, right? So look for the transmissions that's going to be electric. Again, check the boxes. That's coming out because it's more efficient. It's almost like a motorcycle between a belt drive and a shaft drive. Shaft drive is more efficient. That's why a shaft drive, which is like the Yamahas, and that's why they can go 0 to 60 in like 3 seconds, right? Whereas a vehicle generally can't do that unless it's an exotic. But that's why a belt drive motorcycle can never start out the blocks as quick as a shaft drive. That's the same thing as an electric vehicle motor. It's direct drive. So it leaves. You have full capacity of your power right now. It's go. And that's why they're going to use that drivetrains in cars, even if they're not EVs. You guys understand there's going to be a progression all the way around. All right. So let's see what else we got here. We got Jaway J in the house. Welcome to the SSN Nation Friday night live stream. Thank you so much for being here. And hello, SSN Nation. Happy Thanksgiving. Happy Thanksgiving to you. Hopefully you had a wonderful time yesterday, even throughout today as well. And again, thanks for being here. Victor Morrell says, Jeppy, and also JEPG. I knew he had to spoil my party. Okay. Both of those are dividend monsters. Two other ETFs that crazy dividends every year, VYMI and SDIV. This is very true as well. So the JPEG, I have never even mentioned that. And Victor Morrell just dropped Thanksgiving to all. VYMI talked about one time in 2 years and never SDIV. But speaking of SDIV, what about DRIV ETF? All right. If you want to talk about getting into vehicles and things like that. So Victor Morrell dropping some more gems. Thank you so much. It's Thanksgiving for you, ladies and gentlemen. Write these down, do your own research, and consider dividends means passive income coming in from the money you put in today. All right. Just keep that in mind. If the stock price goes up, it's a winner. If the stock price goes down and you still receive dividends, that's a winner. Either way, you win as long as they're giving out dividends. And if somebody says you can get 15%, 14%, 10% return, what if you got 15% return and inflation ultimately goes down to 2%? Now you understand why the top 10 percenters are buying right now dividend stocks, and they're sitting there going, I can get 15, I can get 12, I can get 13% on my money, 16% on my money. When they get a hold of this inflation, now I'm going to be well ahead when it ever can get back under 3%, 4%, 5%, and I'm making 10, 15, 20%. You're well off into the races. And then when you reinvest and all that, now you're making your money work for you. All right. So thank you so much, Victor Morrell. I appreciate it. And Laverne Penix, he's mentioned something that I forgot about. If you received the trailer like him and saw the notification, please let me know. I would greatly appreciate that, because we have no love coming from the YouTube channels, YouTube gods, and building a high dividend stock portfolio is another strategy to have passive income. Yes, 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 yes. And hey, you guys, ladies and gentlemen, you just saw Victor Morrell just dropped some gems, all right, for dividends. I'm trying to get dividends 10% and up. Even 9.5 is working. But if you can put a portfolio together where you have 10, 15, 20, 25, well, 25 is no longer, but if you can get where your average is in the mid 12, 15, 16, if you can get that, man, and you can keep it no matter what the economy is doing, that's awesome. All right. So Curtis Davis says, Mr. Financial Tech stocks at rock bottom, but Vanguards are the best. VOO Jeppy. Yes, I agree with this 100%. All right. Let's get into some more EV action, ladies and gentlemen, because there's a lot of people out here right now that's saying, hey, you know what, Eric? These electric vehicle companies, those lithium-ion batteries, they're not recyclable. We can't do anything with all these batteries. They're going to sit in a landfill, and there's going to be toxic chemicals, just like atomic bombs, right? We're going to have to cement them closed and then wait 50 years when the cement cracks, and now we have toxic chemicals spreading all over the place. Wrong, ladies and gentlemen. And the reason I'm saying this for you is because now I'm giving you more reasons not to believe the hype. Do you really think that these guys are sitting on the sidelines going, you know what, we're just going to create, 10 million vehicles around the world every year with these batteries inside. And once the batteries mess up after 10, 15, 20 years, and we're just going to dump them where? That doesn't make any sense. There's 10 million sales per year around the globe, let's say. So at the time of 10 years goes by, that's 100 million vehicles. And out of that 100 million, 10 million might have to have their batteries replaced or even upgraded. So here's what happens. You know, because you're here tonight, and you may already know, EV battery recycling is costly. Of course it's costly. Nobody's doing it. It's brand new. Every time you do something, that's part of R&D, right? Meet the American companies making lithium-ion battery recycling. In fact, so you guys can check this out, which I should have done the first one like this. I always put this in the chat room. Here's the link for you. Okay, if you want to go read the article yourself, because I'm not going to read this whole thing, but I just want to let you know, recycling more profitable and sustainable than it's ever been. There you go, ladies and gentlemen. Lithium-ion can be recycled. It's not true that you can't recycle the batteries. There's already companies that do it. Here it is, Solar Cycle, Li Cycle, LI Cycle, by the way, is another company. I don't know if it's in here. So Solar Cycle is a company. Let's see if they name them. I didn't even read this fully because I already knew this, but I figured I would bring this out to you guys so you could actually go. It's possible to pay someone to cart off old batteries and dispose of them as a hazardous waste stream, but this adds to the cost, to the battery cost, right? Life cycle. So again, I'm not going to click on this. I put the link in the chat room. You can check it out. All right. They actually do burn the batteries. This is very, very true. And when you burn batteries, some of the items that are in the battery get separated. Yes, separated, ladies and gentlemen, which now means recyclable. See, there's a nice video here for you. All right. Now, I've worked in this space for 22 years, and last year looked significantly different than the previous 21, said Shane Thompson, long-running recycling company Retrieve Technologies. As for the next decade, buckle up, he said. There you go, ladies and gentlemen. Are you understanding? You know now what you should be thinking about putting your money into if you're a stock investor. Li Cycle CEO and co-founder said of the recycling challenge, companies like us exist, and the whole premise is to make this economical, environmental beneficial. Okay, Licycle, L-I-C-Y, C-L-E, all right, they are actually here already. Okay, you guys getting all this? You're getting some gems. Keep writing it down. Okay, there's no other gems that I remember us seeing about this, but I'm just going through here. Here it is. Recycle all the metals. This is what I'm talking about, ladies and gentlemen. All the metals are recyclable. That's what I'm saying. They have 300 employees apparently at the Arizona factory. There we go. We don't dismantle. We don't discharge. You understand what's happening here? Okay. Facility sifts out aluminum, copper, plastics, which gets recycled. Known as the black mass. He explains this very, very well. So please use the link down below and check out this article right here. Now you're understanding why people aren't concerned, because they have already started. And the company uses, I don't know this word, hydrometallurgy. Yeah, that's what it is, hydrometallurgy, to isolate the metals that can go into new batteries, completely recyclable. Instead of trashing much of the recovered battery material, then wondering why recycling isn't profitable. Licycle tries to get everything out. That's what's on tap here, ladies and gentlemen. And this procedure and the cost will come down as they have more and more of these to do, and their efficiency with how they can get it out comes out a little better. This is R&D going on right now. Does this not make sense? Let me know what you guys think. Does this not make sense of what you should be considering investing into the future? You have plenty of time. All right, plenty of time for this. So I gave you a couple of reasons why you don't have to be afraid of EVs. If you can recycle and you can recharge in minutes, and if you can recycle, now you just plugged up one big gaping hole that was going to be a problem. Now, let's get into something else. Electric vehicles and batteries isn't the only technology. There's hydrogen companies out here that's getting a little wind. All right, hydrogen and some other chemicals involved. Yes, it's stable, ladies and gentlemen. Think about that. All right, so that's on our tap right now. This is Stock Market Tips 2023, ladies and gentlemen. Smash that like button. Get your family over here. Come around the fireplace where the TV is and say, hey, check this out. SSN Nation's here. They're actually telling people about future stocks. The kids are going to be 12 years old. 15 years old, 20 years old, and they're going to be sitting around going, yeah, whatever. And then 5 years from now, 10 years from now, when they're now in their 20s, they're going to sit there and be like, I remember sitting around the Thanksgiving fireplace, and this guy was sitting here saying, hey, there's a recycle companies, there's these EV companies, and my parents and we didn't do anything. We just said, whatever. This is what I'm talking about, ladies and gentlemen. The top 10%ers, they are already on this. They already put their money behind these technologies. Who cares if it's a $10 stock or a $5 stock or a 1 cent stock? They are saying this is going to go down. They understand Technology increases over time. Nothing stays the same. All right. Okay. Curtis Davis, agree. This is the time to hit high tech ETFs. Exactly. These are long term of at least 3 or more years. Exactly. Something like XSD Semiconductor. Oh, Victor Morel dropping all kind of gems tonight. XLK, VGT, my Vanguard, I love it. All doing over 15% performance, 3 years or more. There you go, ladies and gentlemen. I'm just going to let it marinate right now. Victor Morel just laid down some very powerful information. I just have to let it sit here. He just named them. I've never even talked about XSD nor XLK. We've talked about VGT. But see, this is what happens when you're here, ladies and gentlemen. There's lots of people that have a lot more knowledge. So if you only know up to, let's just say you think you know 100% of everything, there's somebody else that also knows something that you don't. That's what this is, a beautiful environment, the SSN Nation. We have people here that know a lot, and they can contribute like Victor Morel is tonight, dropping gem after gem after gem. So we're in a group environment here, ladies and gentlemen. This is why you should come back on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. You never know what we're going to be talking about. All right, Brian P. gives a thumbs up. Great information as always. Thank you so much, Brian P. And thank you, Victor Morel. Thank you, everybody that always contributes. Mr. Financial, Laverne Penix, everybody. Thank you so much. This is what makes us win, ladies and gentlemen, because not everybody knows everything. You always have to learn. You always have to be willing to learn. All right. What else are we going to get into? Since I'm into the electric vehicles, and I'm getting you guys to understand, because let's face it, some of us we did damage. Let's just call it what it is. In 2021, when the pandemic came and that April came and they had like Plug and PLUG, when they had NEO, when they had all the EV companies under $5, under $5, it was insane. So we were able to buy. And then they went up to $40, $50, $60, which was a sell sign. I mean, how much more do you want? You want to buy something for $3, $4, $5 and it goes to $60. I think you might want to sell $50. You might want to sell 100% on your money from just $5 is a $10 stock. All right. 200% means it went to 15. 300% meant it went to 20. 400% 25. $30 is 500%. If it goes to $60, that's 1,000%. What are you waiting on? Take the profits. Sheesh. Well, we were lucky enough to get in on several of those. And then they promptly came back down because of the FUD. People were talking, oh, you can't recycle the batteries. Oh, we're going to worry about charge times. There's no charging stations all across America. And then it's a line when you go to the Tesla charge points chargers. Oh, and it's inconvenient. And of course, we had a pandemic. So prices dropped to about half of their all-time highs. But now that you know they are in it from the beginning, they have an advantage. So that gives you an idea, right? You should be thinking, let me go check these guys out. Also, the car manufacturers, well, all the car manufacturers are going to do EVs. Otherwise, you're going to get left behind. What's it going to look like? You're going to run around with an ICE vehicle when all of a sudden somebody goes, oh, yeah, that 2-minute charge cost me $10. Right? And don't forget, I can't remember the name of the company. There's companies out there that are using solar power where they can use that to charge your vehicles, to store it and then allow it to charge. There's all kinds of things that possibly could happen. So all I'm saying is you already know about it. You have no excuse here. This is 2022, November, almost December. You know about it now. We're going to keep it moving, ladies and gentlemen, because Curtis Davis, Mr. Financial, says recycle, hydrogen, and others. Exactly. Now I'm going to get into something else, because what goes along with electric vehicles and all the recycling, that means we're moving into renewable energy sources. Because if I can do batteries and then I can break them down and recycle them, That means we have an ecosystem where I don't have to put it in a landfill. So now we can just go for it, right? We can go for making the biggest, baddest, quickest, fastest battery chargers. We can go for everything because over time, in the next 3 years, we're going to improve anyhow. But let's get it started. And so what do we need? That's renewable energy, right? So now you have to start thinking, if we're going EVs, we're going wind, we're going solar, which, by the way, wind companies, solar companies, oh, hell, why don't we just go with the top energy companies that have all of that? While it was cheap, but it's not cheap because there's not enough of it. It's still R&D phases right now. But just like anything else, if you're the first one in and have the land, you're the first ones in that has the land and you actually put in the infrastructure, meaning you actually have the towers with the wind turbine, but the wind turbine might not be that efficient because in 3 years, it's going to be a lot more efficient. In 5 years, it's going to be even more. But guess what? We already have the tower where the land is. All we have to do is put on a new turbine and plug in our other system, and we're good as gold. We didn't have to build the tower from scratch because we already paid for the tower and the land to be here in 2020 prices, not 2027 prices. So the guys who come later, Johnny come latelys, they'll be 2025 prices. The land's going to be more. The cost of the materials to put up those turbines and systems and the materials used is going to cost more. The other people who already has been doing it paid today prices or 2 year ago prices or 4 year ago prices. Right. So hopefully you understand. Let's get into that a little bit, shall we, ladies and gentlemen? Hold on. Let me do something else real quick since I know where I'm at. That's the Canary Media. I'm pretty sure I gave you guys the link to that in the chat room. I want to show you something just in case we have people outside of the country. And again, you guys know I keep clowning about it because YouTube, they say nobody from outside of the United States watches your channel, and we don't know why. Because they don't like none of this stuff. Even though the Swiss car maker with the fastest charging time is in Switzerland, but nobody outside of America watches this stuff. All right. And actually, I'm clowning. It's no joke. That's serious. While everybody else has people watching from around the world, for some reason, SSN Nation channel, nobody watches it from outside of the United States. It's ridiculous. Here we are, though, nonetheless. Check this out, ladies and gentlemen. I'm just going to pull this up for you. This is now. Let's get into the stock play, right? We're going for renewable energy companies by market cap, presently on the stock market in their country. So notice on the far right-hand side, you see country, USA, okay? And in some markets, some of these companies will be on the United States stock market exchange or over the counter. So if you're interested, you got to do your own research. Now, you guys know the number one largest renewable energy company is NextEra, NEE, all over Florida. NEE. All right. Now, this is just market caps. These are not the number one company as anything else. It's just based on their stock price and their overall market cap. So this is where you see the market cap right here. All right. So notice how far NextEra Energy is ahead. And the reason they're ahead, because these guys have been at work for the last 10 years, setting up their solar sites, setting up their wind sites, setting up the renewable energy source sites. This is what they've been doing. So this is what I'm talking about. They have an advantage. All right. So look over here, India, one of the largest populated countries besides China. Notice China, India. All right. Vestas Winds in Denmark. These are, look, I'm going to tell you NextEra Energy, Vestas Wind Systems. I'm going to tell you right now on the top, there's the top 10 list, right? NextEra is not number one. Vestas Winds and NextEra is on the top 10 renewable energy companies, not by market cap or stock price, but buy their company. All right. Notice where all the billionaires are putting their money into energy companies. Why does Warren Buffett buy Devon Energy? Why does Warren Buffett have an energy subsidiary? And he has about 10 to 15 subsidiaries in the energy sector. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. The billionaires do this. Remember, T. Boone Pickens bought water aquifers. You got Bill Gates out here buying up acres of land, because underneath those acres of land could be water, could be gold, could be oil, could be natural gas. It doesn't matter. He can grow food. Planning for the future. Okay, here's Solar Edge, by the way, in Israel. Another good company. Brookfield Renewable Partners, Bermuda, but another good company. BEP. We're going to get into some of these. These are actually on the U.S. stock market, by the way. All right. Now, look at Plug Power, ladies and gentlemen. USAA, their stock is $15.73 right now. All right. Look at this. Pay attention. Brookfield Renewable again, BEPC. All right. USA, Ormat Technologies. India, once again, NHPC Limited. So these 5 billion might not seem like a lot, but look at this. I'm going to look at Shoals Technologies again in USA, because we're in USA, but if people outside, Bloom Energy is BE, USA. Look at all these companies, renewable energy groups. So now you might be thinking, like Victor Morel is probably already thinking, wait a minute, is there any energy ETF that has all of these in there? You're damn right there is. I just don't know the name of it. All right. You guys are going to have to do your own due diligence a little bit. All right. Let's see here if I see anybody else on this list, because I'm up to the top 40 now. But notice we have UK. But look at here by market cap. Look at the top. Well, I can only put on the top 9. Look at the top 9. USA, China, India, Denmark, Spain, China again, Bermuda, Israel, Spain again. These by market cap are the top dogs, but not the top dogs in reality. All right. So keep that in mind. But I'm just giving you some other stock entries that you can consider. All right. Think about it. So now we're going to get into, let me see. I left something out because I'm skipping around, but here's what I'm going to put on the screen for you as well. All right. Check this out. So you want to get to the United States. Let's get into the United States. Let's get into it. Here we go. We have someone else in the house tonight. B3NG Extra co-leader. Welcome to the SSN Nation Friday night live stream. I appreciate you being here. And he says, I'm watching from outside the USA. Here we go. We have a person watching from outside the USA. Finally, they're opening up the gates. Oh, my, a new record. Well, that's great. If you don't mind, let me know where you're from. This is exciting for me. You don't understand, B3NG Extra. You don't understand. The only people, Canada shows up because of Mr. Wilson coup. Dominican Republic shows up a little bit because I do real estate, and a new one I'm dropping tomorrow. Real estate investing, pre-construction in Dominican Republic. So 1 or 2 people from there. And then there's 1 or 2 people, one time from the UK, 1 person from the UK. All other countries, nothing else. 0. And if you count 1 or 2 people, that's really 0 too. So that's it. So awesome to have somebody outside the USA finally here. Thank you for letting me know that. That's beautiful. Eric, do you have any idea when the 5000X nodes go on sale? Yes, I do, and I have bad news for you. Very bad news. The debt box nodes. I didn't even bring it up because it's disgusting. The debt nodes, or the debt licenses that came out already, Laverne Penix, it's sad. It's not $1,000. It's $15,000. Yeah, $15,000. I was just like, what? What are you saying? What? I was like in shock. Let me pull something up. Yeah, it already came out in They did it on Monday. They released them, and let me see if I can. Here it is. Here it is. Disgusting. Here it is. 15,000 for the debt. 15,000. And the reason why I had a feeling, I thought they were going to do 1,000. 15,000, because it's a blockchain and it's a token, coin token as well. So 15,000, crazy. So that's not going to work. And the other thing is the BGLD, that one hasn't come out yet. That's going to be in January. Now, if that's the 5,000 you're talking about, I hope they don't break out any surprises like they did now. Hopefully it's $1,000 like it's supposed to be. But that's Ghana. We'll find out, right? We will see. Because, January, there's going to be two of them. Natural gas and BGLD, I believe. So this is going to be very, very interesting. All right. Okay. I am shocked with how cheap health insurance for Spain will be. $210 per month for two people with over 1 million coverage and $750 handled deductible. Something is wrong with our USA system. Yes, it is, Victor Morel. Capitalism. And our government, meaning the representatives, are in the back pockets of the pharmaceutical companies. This is why one party is trying to get prices down, have universal health for all. And somebody else is saying, no, we don't want none of that. We want to block the exchanges. We don't want to allow. So you guys can imagine this. Imagine if in America, somebody said, you know how you can go to the ATM machines and withdraw at any bank now? Imagine if somebody was against that. And so what do? They say, all the banks in Texas, all the banks in Arkansas, all the banks in Louisiana, Alabama, I'm sorry. The rest of the nation, when you come here, you can't use it. And you're just like, but wait, it costs me less if I use an ATM versus if I have to do some other transaction. And they're just like, so what? We don't care. So imagine if you had 10 to 15 states go, debit credit card is no good when you come to our state. Now, what would the credit card companies do? They would either drop it and say, okay, fine, we ain't going to do it. And then for all the other states, what are they going to do? They're going to raise the frickin' fees because they can't get overall fees to reduce the rate because you lost 12 to 15 states. This is crazy, right? That's literally what our system is. Just like I can't have insurance in Florida, and then we have a problem because I'm in another state. They created insurance laws around this same nonsense, right? You go, hey, insurance is cheaper if I stay in, it doesn't matter. I'll just pick something. I don't know if it's true. It's cheaper if you live in Ohio. But I can't get Ohio insurance rates because I live in Miami. Miami has higher amount of accidents than Ohio. They're like, hell no, I'm not giving you $200 a year or $100 a month because you live in Miami. I got to charge you $250 a month. So this is the difference. Europe has figured out a way to make it work where everybody works together, and therefore we can have lower cost. In America, it's straight capitalism. They're trying to figure out how to shut people off from certain sectors, and then they can raise the prices. So that's why we can't all have the same insurance cost, which should be free, like all the rest of the developed nations. College should be free, just like all the rest of the lower GDP countries than us. are able to allow their citizens to have free college and free health cares or reduce costs for health care like Spain that he's referring to. This is exactly what the situation should be. $210 a month, what we should be doing for insurance. $750 annual deductible. Same thing that he's talking about right here. You have to go, why can't America do this? Spain can do this. France can do this. UK can do this. But America can't. Australia can do this. It's crazy when you think about it. All right. All I said, that's my little political talk too, by the way. All right. Watching from Aruba. Oh my, the islands of Aruba's in the house. Man, talk about islands of Aruba. Okay, story time, but it'll be a short story only because if you haven't been to Aruba, ladies and gentlemen, I'm not saying it's like the best place. I ain't saying it's the worst place. But what I am going to tell you is the water. The freaking water. I don't even need goggles when I'm in the water and I can see like 20 to 30 feet. It's so clear. It's so blue. It's like a bathtub. Man, it's off the charts. Like I said, I love that water. And it has a nice little breezes that I like. Yeah, it's pretty cool. It's for a short time because it's not that much stuff to really do, but it's cool if you want to chill by the equator and the water is like. In fact, I can't even remember any other place that's like that where the water seemingly was like freaking, it seemed 80 degrees, I swear, like a bathtub damn near, and clear. It was beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Yes, Aruba has all-inclusive hotels as well. Yes, they do. Yes, they do. They're all sitting Divi. I think that was in the Divi, DIVI. They're there. There's a few others. I mean, there's Holiday. I want to say Holiday Inn, but that's not what I mean. Marriott is there. There's Radisson. There's I can't remember all the places, but anyhow, the water, ladies and gentlemen, it's worth it. Go to Aruba, and it's like I don't even care. You can go to Aruba like right now. Because of their proximity to the equator and everything, the water is like, oh my God, it's awesome. And then when you put goggles on, man, it's like, are you kidding me? It's like you can see for, I don't even know how far. It's awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. I'm not even talking about shallow either. It's awesome. The warmth of the water is off the charts. So anyhow, B3NG Extra, thank you so much for letting me know. We finally have the first person. I'm going to go in the back office and see the first person seeing us from Aruba. Maybe the floodgates is open. This would be awesome. All right. But yeah, so let's get back into it, ladies and gentlemen. After I went on to the soapbox, here we are because we have an Aruba guest in the house. And for everybody, if you haven't downloaded Robinhood or Webull, get your free stocks from Robinhood and Webull. The links are down below in the description. Help yourself out. The guys from Moomoo contacted me, so I'll probably be talking about Moomoo. They'll be giving free stocks in case people don't know about them. I'll be talking about them probably next week. So it's another platform for free stocks. For check it back Monday or Wednesday, we'll be saying there's a link down below for them. Now, top renewable energy companies in the US of A, ladies and gentlemen. Let's talk about it because here's the article, and it's very, very simple. Now, remember, this isn't based on market cap. There's different types of renewable energy. Now, see what I'm saying? This is where we get to go. We get to go. Biomass energy, woods, organisms, hydropower, geothermal, wind energy, solar energy. You see where we can go here, ladies and gentlemen. But what about companies that own a few of these? That would be like an ExxonMobil, which I don't have on the list. XOM, for instance, right? I love Exxon. They give dividends too, even though they're probably around 3% right now or 2%. But nonetheless, those are and look who's number one. Imagine that. Next Era Energy, you guys, Florida Power and Light. They're the owner of Florida Power and Light. This is this is awesome. So their number one market cap. This is the 8 top renewable energies. Number one is Next Era, right? Okay, just so you guys know, Next Era, you guys saw it, $85.34 is their stock price. They have a 2%, based on their stock price, is 2% dividend, which the dividend is not the thing. All right? That's not the main thing. Number two. Now, look, this number two is interesting. Green Mountain Energy. This is the reason why I'm laughing is because GRMD, I think, is their code. It's a freaking penny stock. GMND, sorry, not GR. G is in George, M is in Mary, D is in David. Hold on. G is in George, M is in Mary, N is in Nancy, D is in David. Green Mountain. Okay, this is crazy. It's probably going to be an OTC if you even wanted to do it. But if you do it, it's hella funny because if I'm not mistaken, let me, I want to see if I can bring it up. I don't think I can. I think their stock price is like non-existent, like 0.0001. It's like a crypto price. It's crazy. So I think it's over the counter if you can find it. But it's G is in George, M is in Mary, N is in Nancy, D is in David. It's number two, ladies and gentlemen. Number two. How crazy is that? I just find this hilarious. They're ranked number two, but they're not what you think they are. Sorry, guys. Okay, Mike went out. So I was talking about GMD, which is Green Energy, Green Mountain Energy. The parent company is NRG. N is in Nancy, R is in Robert, G is in George. All right. So I'm leading you down the path. NRG, their stock price is $42. All right. Just remember, they are the parent company to Reliant, to these guys, GMND. But you might be able to get GMND on the over-the-counter market. They're number two for renewables. Here's TPI Composites. You guys remember them, right? From that top 40 list of market caps. Here's Renewable Energy Group. You got your pen, pad, and papers? These are the top 8 from all the renewable energies. This isn't electric vehicles. This is wind, solar, hydrogen, all right? Other fuels, biodiesel, for instance, renewable diesel, beyond see, sustainable aviation fuel. Remember, fuel comes in different forms. So if you can do renewables, we got something. Clearway Energy, San Francisco, First Solar. You got, in fact, hold on, let me put this in the chat room. Everybody that sees the replay, you'll be able to get this too. Sorry about the sound. Thank you for letting me know, Victor Marrero. I appreciate it. All right, here in the chat room. There you go. If you want to get to this, this will help your little research. This is what we do here. Lead you down the path. First, solar, planet. Yeah, planet, the carbons. And then look at number 8. Tesla, ladies and gentlemen. Tesla. Remember, Elon put in their ecosystem. Remember, he has that solar company, right? But they're just talking about Tesla as in EVs. But they're talking over here, energy storage, solar panels, solar roof tiles. There we go. For your home, it can only get bigger and better, right? Imagine new technology comes out where his solar panels, the one that's sitting in the garage that you can actually store from the tiles on your house. He thought about it. It's just the technology hasn't caught up. Imagine having tiles that's giving your energy for your house and storing the battery, and you don't even really need the grid once it gets more efficient. What's going to be more efficient? That's the thing. Now, I want to show you something about Planet. They have offices in France, Canada, and the United States. So don't sleep on Planet, all right? And don't sleep on any of this First Solar. Don't sleep on that either. So do your own due diligence. Check it out, ladies and gentlemen. That's your top 8. And there's going to be more of this going on as people get down with trying to help the planet. All right. Let's see what else we got here. We got somebody coming in off the street trying to disrupt. All right. So how are we doing so far, ladies and gentlemen? Because now I'm going to actually show you something. This, again, I'm going to go to the stocks. I'm going to go bring up some things. All right. I'm going to bring up some things. Let's do it this way. I'm just going to go down the list. This doesn't mean anything. I'm just showing you, right? So there's NRG. Okay. Remember, they have the green energy. That's their subsidiary. All right. So is Reliant, by the way. All right. Just to give you an idea, I'm gonna put some things on the screen for you. Here's Plug, $15. All right. Now, hydrogen fuel cell systems that replace conventional batteries in equipment and vehicles powered by electricity. So they're betting on that they can actually replace. So think about this. EV vehicles, they have lithium batteries in them. All of a sudden, you're sitting there like, wait, okay, it went out. Now somebody says it's $25,000 right now, right, to put in a new, or $30,000, and you have to wait. But imagine another company called Plug Power can plug and play, except they go hydrogen fuel cell system instead of the batteries. And let's just say, for all intents and purposes, equal, right? What you have to do as far as maintenance and that with an EV. And it's less. Now people are going to join the party for this, right? As long as it's sustainable and everything. So there's Plug for you. Now, here's the thing. This is what I want to show you guys. So here it is. What I was talking about before, March, April, we were like getting this stuff, $4, $3.82. We were cleaning up in 2020 pandemic situation. Or was it 2021? Whatever. But the point is, we knew all about it because NEO came out in 2019. And so from that point on, everybody here in the nation knew about it. But we were cleaning up. Look at this. It went up to 60, 66. So if you would have bought down here at $4.88, come on. What would you do? You're really not going to sell when it goes up to 60 or 53 or $60 or $65 or, I mean, $48 even on the other side. You're going to keep holding on to it? Come on. You were supposed to sell up here or anywhere, $50, $45. If you're buying down here at $3, $4, and something goes up 1,000%, why keep being greedy? All right. That's what you have to think about when you're investing, ladies and gentlemen. Don't be greedy. Take those profits, especially when you get up to 1,000%. So, all I'm saying. So, that's another one for you. Remember one of the top Brookfield Renewable Corps? I'm going to keep putting some things up so you guys can actually see what we're talking about here. All right. Brookfield Holdings. There's a holding company also. Solar project, wind projects. They $32.32. B as in boy, E as in Eric, P as in Paul, C as in Charles. Brookfield Renewable Corp. All right. Something that was not mentioned, or actually it's in the top. These companies right here, they're on the list for the market cap. All right. Here comes ORA, Ormat Technologies, international company based in Reno, Nevada, supplies alternative and renewable geothermal energy technology, has built 190 plants worldwide. Once again, market cap wise, they're one of the top dogs. Now, this is going to be very interesting because BE, Bloom Energy, market cap wise, is also on the list for the coin for the market cap. So again, 22 out of San Jose, solid oxide fuel cells that produce electricity on site. All right. So again, Bloom Energy, International. You have shots here, ladies and gentlemen. Do your own research if you're going to invest. I'm just giving you some ideas on renewable energies. And here's Shoals. Shoals Technologies, also on the market cap top 50 list. Here's their share price. Renewable energies, you can get there. All right. Now, some of you started early going, Eric, what about dividend funds? Well, you guys know my favorites. Come on. Let's go. ORC. This is dividend investing now, ladies and gentlemen. This is not renewable. This is high risk. Well, I shouldn't say high risk. These are REITs, real estate investment trust. 17.6%. Now, a few months ago, some of the SSN Nation bought ORC when it was 20% return on our money. How does it be 20%? Because it was less. So down here at $9.71 means your dividend rate is going to be higher. The higher the stock price goes, it reduces your dividend yield. So that's all you have to remember, right? So 17.6, I still like 17.6. What do you think? I 17.6 comes in. It's a REIT. They got to generally give out like 90% of profits. So hopefully they keep running with the profits, right? Now, I'm going to go with another one that, in case you haven't been around in a while, I've talked about this for the last 3 to 4 weeks. IEP, which is Icon Enterprises. I is in India, E is in Eric, P is in Paul. Real estate, fashion, automotive, food packaging. It's all here. It's 15.74%. A month ago, again, when I started talking about 3 to 4 weeks ago, this was up to around 17. All I'm saying, 15.74% is still good. So right here, just between ORC and IEBP, we're at 16, 17%. Return on your money, matching inflation, the real inflation, right? So you're still ahead as long as they issue it out. And regardless of the stock price going up or down, you're still returning 17% on your money. All right. With those two stocks, 15.7% with IEP. And I already talked about this next one, which is JEPI. That's J as in Jack, E as in Eric, P as in Paul, I. This is, what can I say? JP Morgan, Fed Bank, as you guys know. This is what I talk about. This is what do. All right. You guys can see this right here. It's $56.52. Their dividend is they raised it. $6.02. Wow, they raised it. So we are at 56.6. That's still that's pretty good. We're almost that's 11, no, about 10.7, somewhere around 10.7, 10.75% dividend. But this is JP Morgan Premium Equity ETF, ladies and gentlemen. Come on. These guys are big time. I have nothing bad to say other than Jamie Dimon was poo-pooing crypto for the last 10 years. Then finally one day he woke up and smelled the roses. And then last but not least, it's not going to be anything crazy. It's just I always like PSEC, and it's down to 9.2%. But keep your eye on PSEC in the future, and it gives 9%. So I've given you some things over. Well, all the rest were over 10%, and I'm like a little bit, but PSEC, JAPI. Check out ETF XLE. There we go. That's it. Thank you so much, Victor Marrero. I just couldn't remember that one. Yes, we talked about that like a year ago too. So once again, here we are, XLE. Thanks, Victor Marrero. Appreciate that. Getting us to it once again. Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, I have a problem with my mic tonight because I'm moving around and I actually keep touching it. And Victor Marrero mentions one other. The JPEG, ladies and gentlemen. The JPEG. Oh, geez. I blew it because there it is, $8.60. The JPEG. This is funny. I don't know what their dividend is though. I don't know because I don't have the JEPG. Here we go. Stock dividend. $2.73. So we're at 6.19. They say they paid 2.73 last year, so that's below what we want. The JPEG. JEPQ. Is that the right one? I think that's the right one. JPEG 18.54. JPI 10.69. JP 18.54. So they would have had to raise the rate. But PSEC, Prospect Capital, dividends, yes. Like I said, some of us are getting like 15, 16% because 3 years ago, PSEC, instead of it being like $7, it was $4. $4.50. So almost half. So if it's doing 9 now, that would be 18, 19 back then, but it was actually not that. It was like 15, 16%. That's what I think that was the highest. I think I'm at 15.5% for my PSEC. So that's been earning that for years. All right. Here we go. Your mute button is Super Senator Day. Exactly. I keep tapping stuff, moving around. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, I miss Maria Barnes is in the house tonight. Welcome to the SSN Nation Friday night live stream. And she brings her tagline, ladies and gentlemen. Hello, Eric and SSN family. I hope everyone had a great Thanksgiving. I got the notification and trailer. Thank you so much. That only means 2 people received the notification and trailer. But thank you so much, Maria Barnes, a.k.a. Mrs. Cool, is in the house. Thank you again. And hopefully you and Mr. Cool and family had a wonderful Thanksgiving and a joyous occasion. All right, XOM. I knew he was going to say COP, pay dividends. That's right, they do. XOM and ConocoPhillips is COP. XOM is Exxon. They both pay dividends. So therefore, there you go, ladies and gentlemen. You want stock market tips? You want ideas to think about your future and what you can get into right now, and then let your stock portfolio grow like the big boys, like the top 10 percenters? Well, congratulations. It's Thanksgiving. Dropping jewels tonight from Mr. Financial. Mr. Victor Marrero in the house, dropping plenty of jewels tonight in regard to energy and ETFs and funds. So that's awesome. So again, 1 hour, 26 minutes in, please smash the like button. And if you like what we're talking about, please subscribe to the channel. Click the all notification bell. I'm actually going to go with some stocks I haven't checked out in a while. And let's just, for giggles and grins, shall we? This is probably not going to be S as in Sam, HLX. Let's see what they're doing. Because, wait, oh, no. Can't do that. About to do what I used to do. SHLX stock. Again, 2 years ago. Oh, it's up there, $16. What happened? Oh, I see. Okay. That's weird. That's not doing what I wanted to do. I need to find out. I was just going to go look. This is Shell Midstream Partners. And a year and a half ago, you would be in double digits once again, 12, 13% dividends coming in. And I don't understand what this is. This is interesting. Okay. I've never heard of this one. Barchart.com. Let's go look. Marathon. All right. So annual dividend and yield is $1.20. So we're not where we need to be in months. Their lows and highs have changed. They're $15 now when they used to be 10. So big difference between over 10%. $1.20 would have been 10% or higher. And before that, it was even better than that. Remember when oil went to zero, pretty much? That's when these were in like 14, 13%. So timing does matter. Gentlemen, just all right. Just had to. Let's go look here. Look who else is in the house tonight. Mr. Wilson Koo is here. Mr. Wilson Koo's in the house. Welcome to the SSN Nation Friday night live stream with the icon next to his name. And he says, good evening, Mr. Bird and SSN family. 100% facts. I sell money. He can say he sells money because he does loans, ladies and gentlemen, conventional and unconventional. If you need any type of loan, you need to see Mr. Wilson Koo. Yes, I have to give you his website. It's quickeasyfunds.com, but quick is Q-U-I-K. E as in Eric, Z as in zebra. That's the easy part. Funds, F-U-N-D-S.com, or you can send me an email at support@stopstrugglingnow.com. And I will forward your information, because if you want to do something with multifamily, if you want to do something with acreage, he sometimes has investors. If you're trying to do something with your business and may need some funding or loans or lines of credit, he can help you with many different facets. So that would be the man to talk to. So once again, ladies and gentlemen, one-stop shop for a lot of different things. You just never know. Just working and listening. Great gems. Thank you so much, Wilson Koo. Welcome back from Curtis Davis, Mr. Financial, Wilson Koo. The capital market business loans are heights, ERC, revolving lines. Exactly. All of that. So again, quick, easyfunds.com for business lines of credit funding and all kind of things. Or you have the other option, search the channel, look up business credit. There's videos on business credit. I just made a recent one. We talked about it on the live stream and I made videos about it. So that can help you out as well. All right, let's go. 1 hour, 26 minutes in. We've talked about passive income with the passive income of dividend investing, stock market for beginners, stock market for old and new investors, stock market strategies by buying stocks now that you know is going to be part of the future, just like Apple in the 2000, 2005, Apple under $5, 2000 to 2005, Tesla under $5, Amazon under $5. I'm just saying. All right. So if you would have been thinking these guys are going to be part of the future, $3, $4, $5 would have been one hell of a bargain. They created millionaires because of it. And it didn't take much to become a millionaire because those companies split their shares of stock 3 or 4 times in the last 20 years. So even if you would have had if you'd have spent $100 and had 10 shares, those 10 shares would be like 150 shares by now. So you can already start doing some numbers because you're like, wait, 150. Then when they do 4 to 1, you could have like 400 shares of these companies. And all you would have spent was $100 or something. Crazy, right? So when something goes to $300 and you have 400 shares, that's pretty good return over about 15-year period. So just think about it, ladies and gentlemen. Think about it. All right. Wilson Koo says evening, showing the love at Curtis D, Victor M, Maria B, Brian P, Laverne P, Leah D. Thank you so much, Wilson Koo. Once again, thanks. Nothing but love in the house. Hit that like button. Thank you so much for mentioning that. Hit that like. If you like what we're talking about, subscribe to the channel and come back on Monday because Monday is Money Making Monday. And we won't be talking about stocks, or maybe we will because the stock market will probably go up a little bit more. We're having a little surge before a fall. All right. So, hey, we'll be talking a little about it, but on Monday we'll be discussing other money-making propositions. Hello, Mr. Koo, Maria Barnes, Mrs. Cool, showing the love. Eric, any thoughts on student loan pause until June 23rd? No, I love it. That's my thoughts. I love it. I love it because I'm a capitalist. When you and I or anybody else starts a business, and shout out Opus Virtual Office, I got to say that every live stream now. Opus Virtual Office, if you're going to start a business, do not start one out of your home if you're not going to start one in an office. The reason why I say that is because this is the most litigious, well, we're number 2, or we're one of the most litigious countries on the planet. If anything goes wrong, people just want to sue. All right. So therefore, you don't want to commingle your house and your business. You want to make sure they're definitely separate businesses. So that's why I say Opus Virtual Office. It's $99 per month. Yes, that's true, but it's a write-off. But you have a phone number, business phone number that's on 411, and a person answers the phone for you, all included your business name, and they will transfer the call to you. All right? That's one of the first things. The second thing, a business fax number. All right? That's the second thing. So now when you try to apply for credit for your business or lines of credit, they go, okay. They look up your phone number. They dial 411. They're like, he has a commercial address. Okay, he's in business and it's a separate place. It's not at your house. So it matters. They also report to your business credit. So now you're building your business credit also. I put a link in the description. I don't know why it did that. It always separates it. There's it always separates it, even though I didn't want to do that. But hold on a second. Let me do something real quick. I was trying to just put the link in, but that's Opus Virtual Office. Go check them out. YG1 is the setup coupon code. YG1 gets you, they waive the admin fee. So here it is again. The admin fee's waived. So therefore, that little $100 or whatever is setup fee is waived by the coupon code YG1. Now, I was just going to talk about capitalism. I've had this speech before, but it irks me. It irks me that this the way people think. So people go, well, I paid for my student loans. I did my blood, sweat, and tears. And why should this person get their student loans waived? They knew what they were getting into. They know, no, right? Okay. Here's how this goes. You pay taxes. I pay taxes. Some other people don't pay taxes. So what I mean by that is the rich who have corporations, multi-layered companies, because they have holding companies, subsidiaries, and things like that, they're able to pay less tax. So on the surface, we can all say, hey, fine, no problem. There's a system in place that allows you, your corporation, to pay less tax. There's a system in place that you can get loans from your company, right? So that's not a salary. You can turn it into all kind of things. But here's the problem I have. While people are upset about the student loan thing, where not everybody went to college and had student loans. My problem is, how is it that Congress can turn around and say, we're going to give the tax cuts and tax breaks of $7.5 trillion to these rich guys that own corporations, and we're giving them tax breaks because you're building a factory on some free land we gave you, because you said you're going to employ 15,000 people over the next 25 years. Now they come knocking on our door saying, hey, your taxes went up. Why did my taxes go up? Oh, we built that stadium over there. Oh, Amazon's moving into they have their HQ over there. I'm like, what's that got to do with me? The same argument can be made that people have arguments for the student loans, but yet they don't make the same argument. You're paying tax, your taxes go up because they're giving free land, free tax breaks. What if you don't understand what tax breaks are? A corporation moves into a city or county. They have to pay city, county taxes. But your politicians go, oh, we want those jobs, so you don't have to pay that tax. But wait, you're going to bring in 5,000 jobs. Okay, but those 5,000 jobs are not tax-free for the employees. The employees have to pay the taxes for the corporation's portion who's not paying the taxes. Nobody's bitching, although a few people will, but to me, that's not $390 billion. That's what people don't understand. The student loan thing is 370 to 390 billion. The tax breaks was 7.5 trillion. And us as taxpayers still pay subsidies. They get money from the Walton Group. Everybody here in the SSN Nation know the Walton Group get something like 4.5 billion dollars in subsidies. Who pays the subsidies, ladies and gentlemen? Us. And by the way, when they don't pay a living wage and they tell their employees to go down and, oh, just go down to welfare because we're paying you $12 an hour. We're paying twice. The taxpayers, while they're getting free money and they're getting tax cuts and they're getting tax breaks and they're not even paying their fair share of taxes. So I'm not going to be mad about 390 billion, but I damn sure am mad about 7 trillion, 10 trillion, and subsidies worth trillions every year to the likes of Elon Musk, the Walton family, Microsoft, Apple, and every other big time oil and gas industry. Those solar companies, the renewable companies I'm talking about, they get subsidies from our taxes. That's trillions of dollars, ladies and gentlemen. And you're going to bitch about 390 to help people who went to school, which actually benefits our society because those people that went to school generally would have a higher paying job. So just so people understand, if you don't go to college, there is a quotient. If you don't go to college, you have a ceiling on generally how much you'll make, unless you create your own business. Now your ceiling's gone. If you go to college, you generally earn more money if you go to college than a person who does not go to college. That's your first thing. So therefore, why isn't it looked upon the same way where if you erase these people's debt, now they're not being held back from any type of, I got to buy a house or I'm going to go to a job. Your job runs your credit and they say, oh, whoa, wait a minute. You owe $100,000 in student loans. And by the way, it's only up to 20,000. So everybody who owes more than 20,000, that doesn't get wiped. This ain't $1 trillion like it should be. This isn't $7 trillion like it should be. That's all I'm saying. So I'm like, I have no problem with giving student loan recipients a pass. It should have been done a long time ago, just like college should have been free a long time ago. Or at least like it prices of 1975, $100 a semester or $400 per semester at big time schools, that kind of stuff. Not this $25,000 a year, 40 grand a year, 15,000 a year. That's crazy. That's crazy. So all I'm saying is I have no problem. I think it's a travesty that we're allegedly the richest country. And notice I use the word allegedly, because if you were the richest country, if you were like Saudi Arabia or Dubai or Qatar or any of those OPEC nations, then you would have something to talk about. All right, let's get into it. He gets me on a tangent when he talks about that kind of stuff. Greetings, Mr. Cool from Laverne Penix. Mr. Cool, showing some love in the house. But yeah, I have no problem with that. The biz loans are $350K up to $700K, providing financial statement requires. Yep, exactly. You're going to pretty much have a PG on almost everything, whether the score is 650, whether it's 700 that you need. It's possible to get these loans. And there he goes. He was asking me about the pause. I love it. In fact, all I have to say is this. I just look at it. It's like we have to go political because the only people that's going to block this is political, right? Nobody would block this. The people said it's an executive order. It rolls. Who's the one that's blocking it? Okay, let's just call facts. It's the Republican Party. They said, oh, hell no. And in fact, in GOP states, they started implementing where they were going to actually, if your loan was forgiven, they're going to tax you. But yet, when these guys got PPP loans, they didn't tax those guys that got and Congress people got PPP loans and it's forgiven. So how come they didn't think about taxing these guys when they were forgiven their $100 million, their $5 million, their $3 million? Because 85% of the PPP went to guess who, ladies and gentlemen, the top 10% of the wealthiest. But they didn't turn around and say, "Oh, wait, we gotta make sure you pay taxes." But yet, the guy that's going to get $20,000 waived maximum, we want to put irons in the fire, do a lawsuit, make sure you can't get it. But meanwhile, the billionaires and there's senators in the farming industry that received handout for the farms. Remember when the farms were going down? So they had to give them money because of the tariff war with the soybean, blah, 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 and all that nonsense. Farmers got money, free money from the taxpayers. These same guys, congressmen and senators, own those farms. They got that money. They turn around and go, oh, well, yeah, we got $5 million for our farm, but we can't give up $10,000 or $20,000 for student loan. That makes no sense. That's disgusting. Totally disgusting all the way around. And we're paying for it lately. See, this is the thing. As all Americans who are tax-paying Americans, not the top 10% who can finagle the system, but everybody here that's watching right now that's in the United States, you're paying taxes. You pay taxes for the PPP. You get paid taxes for the tax cut, tax break. You're paying taxes for the subsidies. What do they give you back in return? Zero. Zero. Other than high gas prices, prices increase at the Walmart, prices increase at the grocery store. You're not getting nothing. But yet you're giving them money to operate. Live in a capitalist society, and yet people we're all sitting here. You have 100 million, 150 million taxpayers, and taxpayers are not on the same page. They're like, we're okay with these guys building stadiums. We have to pay extra taxes with those cities that build stadiums. It's okay that we give these guys free land and pay their share of taxes for 25 years. But they don't give me a job. They don't give me a livable wage job or a high wage or six-figure wage job. They just make sure I can make $45,000 to $55,000 a year, and you can still work here. But meanwhile, I'm paying your tax. So it's ridiculous. So all I'm saying is I'm not a big fan of anybody stopping any citizen from receiving any help. That's just absurd. The top 10% of the wealthiest own 89% of the stock market. The top 10% of the wealthiest also own 70% of the wealth in America. 70% is in the hands of the top 10%. But get this, 50% of the wealth is in the hands of the top less than 1%. Are you not understanding? These 1%ers are getting our tax money for free. And it's not billions, it's trillions. All right. I just don't get it. Anyhow, this is why we started this Stop Struggling Now YouTube channel, trying to help out ordinary citizens, us OCs, because they block us on all kind of fronts. So your credit score, that has to change. We got to update the credit scores so we can block you from being able to buy stuff. Because that's the only way you can purchase large items. You can't run around here and buy something for $500,000 cash. You know how many years that's going to take you to do that? Or you started a business and you were very successful. You got 2 ways to go. But you're not going to be able to bypass. You're not going to get subsidies. You're not going to be able to get tax breaks for your company. You have to do blood, sweat, and tears in a capitalist society. So all I'm saying is I had to start going off because of Mr. Financial asking me about a student loan program that's only 390 billion. Not trillions, billions. Meanwhile, I'm giving the top 10%ers who own damn near the whole damn country, we're giving them free money. Trillions every year. Craziness. Military industrial complex. $700 billion last year. It's probably going to be $700 billion this year. You can't give me 390 to get rid of the student loan debt of 20 grand. Not everybody's, just up to 20 grand.
Not everybody qualifies for 20 grand. Most people are going to fall in the 10 grand territory. So it might not even be the full 390, but that's insane. Less than 390, and you got people out here bitching, trying to block it. Crazy. I'm sorry, I had to step away from the computer. Hello, my friend, Mr. Koo, Curtis D, Maria B, Victor, and Laverne P from Leah Dennis showing the love. Hello, Wilson and Leah. Good evening. Showing the love. Okay, I went off on the tangent. It's 1 hour, 50 minutes. It's Thanksgiving. So once again, I pretty much went over mostly everything I wanted to talk about earlier. So please smash the like button. If you like what I'm talking about, please subscribe to the channel. Click the all notification bell. Please join me on Monday night for the Money Making Monday. We'll be talking about another subject matter. And also, I'm dropping Horizon Views, the pre-construction property in Punta Cana. It's part of the Larimar City, aptly named Horizon Views because they can see the horizon from the units that are up front. And the units they're making this time in that U shape, all units can potentially see the ocean because they flared it out in a structure like this. So on each inside, you can, on your patio or balcony area, should be able to see the ocean. So, but you got to be 6th floor minimum. You got to be 6 floors and up, preferably 7th and up. But it does turn into pricey. Real estate investing, Punta Cana, pre-construction. I'm going to be dropping a few of those this weekend. I actually have a few new projects, and thank you, Victor Morel, even sent me one over in the mountains, which this is going to be another strategy that could work. But it's not there yet, but it is a strategy right now, depending on where it is in the mountains, right? So hear me out. This is real estate investing now, ladies and gentlemen. We're not talking about any stock market tips right now. We're talking about real estate tips. Okay, so Victor Morel sent me some. I don't even know where Jarabacoa is. I don't even know where that is. But nonetheless, that's Punta Cana, it's in the Dominican Republic. I don't know where exactly. It's in the mountains. So that's probably North Shore area. So all I want to say is he sent me over something, $136,000 I saw for the villas, and they go up from there. Now, right now in the mountains, it's just like anything else. They're just chilling, they're relaxing, they're building a unit or two or 5 or 10, whatever. Well, over the next 5 years, Dominican Republic is on a building spree. Okay? In the cities, Santo Domingo, right? Puerto Plata, right? Sosúa, Cabarete, even down where Bahia Bay Beach is. And even Cap Cana, all the hot spots are going to be built up. Now, after you build up the hot spots and you make them an area, a large city, so to speak, what ends up happening is people who come in parties of, let's say 5 or 6, yes, you can stay at a villa, but the villa is going to be in town. There's a contingency of people that want to be in the mountains. So now if you can get yourself a nice, cheap villa in the mountains being built now, while nobody's thinking about it, but the city is close by. I'm not saying 20 miles from the city, right? I'm saying similar to what Larimar City's doing, where they're like probably 7-8 miles out from Punta Cana, I would guess, right? That's far enough away where people would say I'm outside, just like how Cap Cana is in Punta Cana, right? The distance away. Just like that one place, which I never can remember the name, where all the celebrities live, not Cap Cana, but another one by Bahia Bay. That place right there is 45 minutes away. People stay there because, of course, that's where the Richie Rich play. But the same rule applies when you have cabins or villas in mountains. That is a thing. People like to go to mountains. And especially if there's something to do while you're at that location in the mountains, because they're away from all the tussle and bustle of the structures of the city, because that's what they're doing. Punta Cana is a perfect example. Santo Domingo, perfect example. This is why people driving from Santo Domingo up to Punta Cana now, or halfway, right? La Romana. That's why these places exist, because people are like, I don't want to hang out in Santo Domingo area. I'll drive up here 45 minutes and go to La Romana, because that's far enough away and it's not hustle and bustle, right? Same rules are going to apply. So this is why I loved it that he sent that over to me, because I'm actually going to start looking around myself, because there's some spaces on the North Shore where they have ocean view in the mountain, and it's a little remote, but you can still get there. It's not like there's still roads going there, but you have ocean view in the mountains. And those places are still cheap. What I mean by cheap is you'll still be able to spend under $200,000 for a villa. Whereas next year, this time, you're going to be hard pressed to find a villa under $200K in Punta Cana area. Let's just call it what it is. All right. You'll be hard pressed to find it under $300K, quite frankly. So just keep that in mind. Here we go. Let's see here. Harry, what do you think about the Haitian deportation? Yeah. That was bound to happen. That's bound to happen. Simply because, I hate to say it, but there's prejudices all over the world. For one, second, Haiti, they share an island. They're not like big enough to absorb any nefarious individuals coming across, which there's a lot of them who can walk across, get across. And we're talking about, you start adding hundreds, thousands of bad guys in a country. Now you're going to have something like Colombia, right? You don't want that. So that, I understand what they're trying to do. And they started their deportation a long time ago. I mean, not a long, but earlier this year. So I think that's just the nature of the beast with any country, unfortunately. Jarabaga, I don't know how to pronounce that. But anyhow, it's the highest point in the DR in the middle of the island. You can capture not only external tourism, but also internal. It's the Gatlinburg, Tennessee version of the DR. Beautiful. Thank you. I didn't know where it was. So I won't get my ocean view from there, though. But now it makes sense. So it's still going to be cheap. But if it's at the middle of the island, that's the crossroads. Santo Domingo up to Puerto Plata. Or what's the other? I'm trying to think of the other airport that's halfway between. It's Santiago, right? Santiago, I think that's it. So that's the other thing. You can get some crazy Airbnb numbers up in the mountains as well, especially if your backyard is on or close to a river. That's exactly right. Victor Morell's got it exactly right. So if we don't have views, then I need a lake or a river, or a view of a lake and a river. But I'm also going to need a little infrastructure too. But nonetheless, we're still talking under $200,000 before there's an implosion of tourists, because there's going to be an implosion. They're already talking about 10 million coming to the island. That beats my numbers of 7.5 to 8.5. They're going to reach 7 million, I think, this year. That's what's crazy. They're not even prime time in Punta Cana yet, or Dominican Republic yet. There's no Kathmandu, right? There's no convention centers. There's still building another 5 to 10,000 units, whether they're villas and condos or whatever, in the next 2 years. That's not even happening yet. And to be at these numbers, in fact, we haven't even checked. Here we go. He's right. Santiago, yes, close to it. That's what I was figuring when you said center of the island. So I was thinking, which airport would we be talking about? And that would make it pretty close. Santiago Airport is pretty big. And they have a lot of flights coming in there. Not as many as Punta Cana, but Nonetheless, there's a reason these guys are able to put like freaking 6 airports on an island, because it's the largest tourist population in the Caribbean, in the region, and Canada, Europe, and USA citizens or United States citizens go there. Mexico and Cuba's number 2, and they have their transportation agency. So it was 1 and 2. It's almost like a link on the internet. You link Facebook to Instagram, Instagram to another hot Google. Next thing you know, everybody's going to all the biggest places or going to the biggest places. So you all stay the biggest places. So that's pretty cool ecosystem. That's what's happening. And they're taking advantage. I'm not mad at the DR. It's a shame that Haiti wouldn't be able to do the same thing, since they share the same island, have nearly the same weather, terrain. It's a shame Puerto Rico never was like what Dominican Republic's doing as well. In fact, none of the Caribbean islands, it's a shame, other than the British Virgin Islands or the United States Virgin Islands, they've always kept it kind of upscale-ish a little, nice. But all the rest, you know, we got this St. Kitts, nice. We got these other little small outliers, nice. But for some reason, these bigger ones, Cuba, they don't want nice. Dominican Republic's going to do it. Haiti, no. Bahamas, Jamaica, oh. I mean, Puerto Rico, all of these should be top notch, right? But for some reason, don't get it. All right, ladies and gentlemen, 2 hours in, please smash the like button, share the videos. If you like what we're talking about, subscribe to the channel, click the all notification bell, and let your friends know to come here on Monday, Wednesday, Friday for the live streams, because you can be in the chat room asking any question you want. How about that? We can talk about anything too. We just don't have to talk about anything that I want to talk about, just like these guys brought it up, talking about Jarabacoa, I guess, Jarabacoa, something like that. Here we go. As far as I know, all DR airports are international ones. Exactly. Six international airports. Crazy to have that many international airports on that island. Better for us. Exactly. Better for the whole ecosystem. Because let's face facts. Somebody one day goes, I'm going to go hang out in Punta Cana. Okay, whoever's in Punta Cana wins. Next time they go to the island, they'll be like, you know what? We're Santiago. We didn't go to Santo Domingo. Why don't we go to Santo Domingo this time? And then the same goes in reverse. Some people go, well, we went to Santo Domingo. It was okay. Big city, crowded. Why don't we go hang out in Punta Cana, since they say that's the tourist spot, the #1 tourist spot? Let's go check it out. So it works both ways. And they're going to have, I think it's 6 international. They're going to have a 7th. They're going to have 2 airports in Punta Cana. 2 international airports in Punta Cana. And it's even more than that, ladies and gentlemen. This takes the cake. This takes the cake. Imagine, just like we use our ID to fly inside the United States, New York to LA, Miami to Chicago. Imagine when they say no passport needed from the United States to land in Punta Cana. It's going down, ladies and gentlemen. It's going down. They're trying. Can you believe that? Just need your driver's license, no passport.
Yeah, it looks like I hit my mic. That's crazy, right? Yep. Flights to DR also became cheaper. Exactly, B3NG Extra. Exactly. So you have more routes coming in, flights go cheaper. Then they turn it into a next thing. They can say, oh, it'll be just like flying to Puerto Rico for the United States citizens. You guys just need your driver's license and you're good. You don't need no passport. So all the people who have no passport, who said I'll never travel, now that opens up the door. Because now you can say, I can go to the Dominican Republic, Punta Cana, the place that's the party zone, or not really party zone, but the place that's built for tourism. Yeah, you can go there from the United States using your driver's license or ID for that matter. That changes the whole game. All right. So here's what I'm going to do. I haven't looked at Dominican Republic, Dominican today in a while. We haven't went there since Victor Morero wants to bring it up. Ha ha ha! The country is not racist. Lionel says the North American authorities have been wrong. Okay, come on, man. Stop playing with me, Lionel. Let's just stop with that nonsense. Okay, stop. That's just like American president of some region, which can only be one region in America. That'd be just like a president in America going, "Oh man, well, our country's not racist." Dude, stop it. Stop it. All right? There's racism no matter what you are. It doesn't matter. It'll be based on skin tone, it'll be based on eye color. No matter where you are, there's always somebody that's racist against something from another person. And this guy's over here acting crazy because if you don't know the history of DR and Haiti and the reason they block the Haitians from coming across and doing all that, there's reasons, and it has to do. Yes, racism's part of it. So he's disingenuous talking crazy like that. That's crazy, man. Stop it. All right. Needs to be changed immediately in the Dominican Republic. What's happening here? Restricts the establishment of small businesses to provide the various services that tourists need. Oh, okay. So they're trying to make it a tourist friendly situation. Domestic flights from Pedernales in DR, Puerto Plata. I'm looking for the number. Tourism will remodel 260 million pesos. Okay. Okay. What happened? Oh, they changed this a little bit. They have Punta Cana has its own section now. How about that? Road safety measures reinforced after accident in Bavaro. Okay. Inaugural Latin American real estate retreat will be held in Punta Cana. Like I said, ladies and gentlemen, you have 6-7 months to get your real estate in Punta Cana area. These guys have their Latin America real estate retreat, meaning all the people in Latin American countries are now going to be trying to sell Punta Cana when they find out, oh yeah, you can get a villa for 135 grand. 150K villa, condos, 122 over at Larimar. 2-bedroom. You can see ocean view from 7-8 miles away. Crazy. Okay, what's the tourist numbers? Does anybody know? What's the tourist numbers, Victor Morero? Do we know what those are? Okay. How much land do you get for 60K? It depends. Well, it depends. I mean, if you're talking about outside of a city, then that could be acres. If you're talking about inside Punta Cana, well, that could get you a lot, but the lot's only going to be maybe 350, 250, somewhere between 250 and 350 square meters. The lot for 60K. But you can buy a 1-bedroom condo for 60K still in Punta Cana. It's not going to be at the number top 5 spot, but you can buy a pre-construction condo. Well, actually, cruise on land. You can buy a studio unit there for 60K. Cruise on land, 100 amenities. Cruiseonland.com. You can go check that out. Okay. I can't can't find this out. Dominican Republic, November. No. Tourists, 2022 tourists numbers. Okay, I'm curious. I don't know because they were there. I think they're going to do 7 million. Damn. How many tourists each year? 20. Okay. We don't have the number. Okay, so they were talking. Oh, February. We have Dominican. That's 621,000 in. That was freaking July or something, right? September. That's crazy. I can't even fathom this. This is crazy numbers. So I don't know what the numbers are, Victor Morel. I don't know what the numbers are. Let's see if we can get the latest numbers from Macro Trends. All right. So we're going to wrap this up shortly, ladies and gentlemen. I'm just going over here just for my own personal. It was 7.5 million in 2017. We don't have 2022. Oh, wait a minute. Yes, we might. No, we don't. That's spending. We don't. Where's 2022? Okay. You got me in. I'm sitting here like, where's the 2022s? No 2022s. All right. Anyhow, they were up to 6 million. It was either July, August, September, something like that. So these guys might be able to make that 7.5. They might be able to break the record. This is crazy to even consider. Well, I'm not going to be able to find out right now, but we'll look it up on the next round. Okay. Ja, we'll be in Punta Cana next Thursday to check my project, Jaway J. I don't remember what project you're in. Let me know. Here in Aruba, you won't find land that cheap. No. The reason why you're not is Aruba's not that big either. But yeah, B3 and G. This is why Dominican Republic's the hidden zone as far as I'm concerned. And in fact, let me see here. Let me see if I can pull something up for you for some other people here. Let me see if I can pull this up. I'm going to go back to Dominican Today just to put it on the. In fact, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this because I love this place. Not that I just love this place. I should just leave this on so people can see this Larimar City. I'm going to put this on here. This is on a ridge. This is it. I'll just let this run. I'm going to look up something because the guys at Primavera, they have a discount right now for Black Friday. The guys at Primavera, $5,000 off a villa for Primavera 4 until November 30th, and also land $2,000 off for the land. Now, the only thing is, I don't know how much the land is. Right? That's the thing. I don't know how much the land is. So I'm going to look this up real quick while I have this on the screen. But let me see if I can find it real quick. The land. Let's see if I can get it. I don't think so. Won't be able to get it for you guys today, I do not believe. But in Primavera, I believe the land was it was 60,000 at one time, but I think it went up a little bit. I think it went up to 70. But nonetheless, here's how the land works. You can buy land at 10% down and then make monthly payments. So if the land is 70 grand, you put 7,000 down, then you make monthly payments for like a year. And then you have up to X amount of years to build on it. So that's pretty much how it works in the areas that have their own gated community. So this right here, I love this place, and I love what they're doing, and I'm dropping a video about this tomorrow just to let people know. But they have the new Horizon, and I think this is awesome, simply because this is where there's going to be up to 10 hotels are going to be in this area with all this, and owners here are going to be the owners here and all these towers are going to be able to come out here, and this is part of the complex for you, as well as they can't come back here, but you can go out here. That is special. And again, we talked about this. I'll go through this briefly because this is sweet. Here's the university. And again, but I'll be dropping a video about this tomorrow. Casino, it's just off the charts. Nightclubs, restaurants. This is, if this view, this is renderings, ladies and gentlemen. The ocean is probably not that close. All right. Doesn't look that close. All right. Let's see. At B3, enough to build a 2-bedroom villa with a pool. Yeah. 60K. Yeah. The 250 square meters, you can build a 3-bedroom, 2-bath. That's what they have designed for 250 square meters. 3-bedroom, 2-bath, and a pool's in the backyard at Primavera 4 for $210,000. So you can build a 2,000 square foot 3-bedroom, 2-bath villa, $210,000 with a pool. You will not be able to buy land for 60 and then build a 2,000 square foot villa on it for 210. Won't happen. It's going to cost you 60 for the land. And if you tell some developer to buy, I want a 2,000 square foot villa, he's going to look at you and be like, okay, that's $100 per square meter. So you're going to spend more. Just saying. And I'm referring to Primavera because they're selling land and they're selling the villas with the land. So Vistacana is selling lots also. Can't recall the name of the community. Yeah, Numita was one of them. And remember we had Mr. Estacio. Remember he came on and was talking about the lots, and then they sold out. Those were 60 grand. Remember, there were 63,000. So remember that. Those were but they're sold out now. And that was called, I can't remember. There's so many projects, right? So many. Okay, with 60K, you can buy land in Vistacana, but you will have a deadline to build. Yes, the deadline to build is after you have a year, 14 months, something like that. Then you had to start doing something at that time or something like that. Oh, Las Palmeras Recipal. Okay, Jaway J. I thought they weren't going to be done for like another year. So that's very interesting. All right, up to August 2022, a total of 5.66 million visitors came to DR. At this rate, I'm betting by the end of December, the DR will have over 7 million. Well, if that's the case, Victor Morel, then we know in September, I think it was 6 million. I mean, not 6 million, 600,000. And I think in October, there was another 600,000. So they already added a mil. They're going to reach 7 million. If it was 5.66. Yeah, they might even break their record if December, Christmas time, we don't know what's going to happen. Starting December 15th, after that, they could have an influx. They could have 200,000 or 300,000 people come just at the end of the last 2 weeks in December. So they're going to reach 7 million. They're there already. After they should be at 7 million. So it's just a matter of it's going to break the record, Victor Marrero and Jaway J and Laverne Penix and Maria Barnes. And can you believe it? You know what that means. Show me the money. because next year they're going to have more than 7.5 visitors. But that's not the most important part. 50% are going through Punta Cana Airport. So 3.5 to 4 million people, even this year, is going to be coming through Punta Cana Airport because it's 52%. Can you imagine an 8 million to 8.5 where it's bona fide 4.5 million people are coming there? Divide that by 12. That's 400,000 people coming to Punta Cana area every month. Now, again, we got to break it down. People come 2 to 4 people, or, let's just say 3.5 people on average for each visitor. So you start breaking it down. And so then you say, take off a third, and you say, okay, 250 to 300,000. I'll still live with that. That need a place to stay in the area. That still outpaces any Airbnbs available, which is cool. There are not, I don't think they have each week. I don't think they have 100,000 units available, which I got to find out because I got to do a calculation, ladies and gentlemen. All right. Because you guys know I like keeping abreast of this. So we're going to do a calculation. In fact, I might do that video this week. I'm going to do a lot of stuff. In fact, I've been kind of lagging. And I didn't, you know how we used to do? I do 1 video a day, but there's freaking 5 things I actually want to talk about. And I don't want to wait 5 days to do it. 1 each day or 2 each day. So I might just start dropping things because it's all relevant. If you're investing, if you're doing no credit checks, no qualifying, and oh, by the way, B3NG, you can buy the land, no credit check, no qualifying, and villas right now. So just saying, while you're making those monthly payments for the year or 2 years or 3 years, however long it is, depending on, land is going to do less time to pay. But a villa, it could be 16 months, 18 months, 24 months, 36 months. All right. Is anyone here expected to close on their DR property in 2023? I'm supposed to be closing in November. I'm really hoping. Victor Marrero, I know you're hoping, man, but I don't see how they're going to actually have that done in a year. They haven't even started. They started, but it's weeds out there. I don't see it. They're doing space. They're doing another project. And apparently, I didn't realize at ConoRock, they also are doing other projects. So I don't see how they're going to have the Galaxy ready in 2023 at all. We're in November, and let's not mince things. Rainy season is here, so it's not like these guys can just keep building all the time. There's going to be 3-4 day delays, or it's downpouring for an hour or 2, so can't do anything. So there's going to be these delays right now. So it's going to be very, very interesting if they're going to be able to build this up in 12 months, because I don't think they could do space in 12 months. And they've already started building that. And remember, they have that next building at space as well that they just started. So I don't see how they're going to be able to do space, Galaxy, and the other condos all in the same year. I just don't see how they're going to be able to complete that. Because even if they build the outside, it still takes a lot of time. It takes months. So I just don't see it at that point. They'll have a 12-month window. I don't see how they're going to get it done in 12 months, especially with the situation with space that we saw. They have it next door and they're starting to build there. I'm just like, I don't see how they're going to do it. So don't be surprised if you're done. 2023, Panorama Lake will be done for sure. Panorama Gardens and all that, I don't know. Probably I'm going to go with seeing where it's at. I'm going with, I just can't see them being done in 6 months. 7 months. I don't see how that's happening. Panorama Lake is not even done. And they're building Panorama Luxury like no tomorrow. And so I'm like, I don't know what's going to happen. Panorama Luxury is not even 2 years out, 2.5 years out, but they're being aggressive there. And Panorama Lake is still not done, even though it looks pretty close, but they just put lights in the other day in the walkways, and they still haven't done all the interiors. So it looks like they might be another month or two out just for one of the first 2 or 3 buildings. But they're going to have another 6, 7 months to deal with. So I don't know how all these projects are going to be able to finish up in 2023. There'll be a few, but not a lot. Some of those townhomes have been finished inside Vista Cana, but unfortunately, some people here own townhomes. Guess what, though? The townhomes do not have pools, fitness centers, nothing. So they built their villas or townhomes. They're sitting there. A couple people put theirs out for rent. So far, townhomes in Vista Cana, $213. Then the guy lowered it because originally he thought he could get more, $299, whatever. Now it's down to less than that. So all that's going to come into play in the long run. But yeah, I think Panorama guys, Panorama Lake, definitely 2023, it's going to happen because it's in November. They still got probably a month and 2 months for some things to be done. The other stuff, though, I don't know if they're going to complete it in 7, 8 months, 9 months from now. I think that's asking a bit much. So bulk of everybody's going to be at the end of 2023 or into 2024, which now means anybody who bought it Primavera, you will have yours done in 2023 or January, February 2024, which matches everybody else that's been delayed. So now you could actually have Vista Cana, 1,000 units. Cana Rock, 1,000 units. Primavera, 1,000 units. Whether it's Primavera 3, 4, luxury. Villas, condos, 1,000 units. They could add potentially between Vista Cana, Primaveras, and other projects 5,000 to 10,000 units by 2024. So that is going to come in very, very interesting. Laverne Penix has chimed in. He says, we are scheduled to close on our property at the Wave in early 2024. At the moment, that doesn't seem possible. No. In fact, have they even started on the Wave? I don't even think they started. I've seen people driving around, and the Wave is actually right next to the entrance, I think, to the sports complex. I don't see anything. But that doesn't mean anything, but that does mean it's not going to be done in the next year. It's not going to be done in January of 2024 or February of 2024 or even March of 2024. It takes a minute to get this stuff done. Agree. Going vertical structure is not the problem. That could be done pretty quickly. It is all the finishes, right? Exactly. Electrical floors, etc. On top of that, our parking is underground. Yeah, that's another thing. That's another thing. Altogether, that's scary. You guys are right by the beach, and putting parking underground is always interesting to me. Aqua Villas in Miami and Sunny Isles. They did the same thing. Underground parking until they got flooded, and then I don't know what they ever did with it, but I'm pretty sure they still are underground. I just never am a proponent about underground parking by the beach because you're already at low sea level, and all it takes is a little leak here, a little leak there, or a hurricane, and water overflows from the ocean. And I just never am an advocate of that. I just find that high risk, but that's what they're doing there. And by the way, Victor Morel, I forgot about the underground parking garage. When you have an underground parking garage, you actually have to your structure is built differently, because now you have to have the pillars and the weights are separate. You just can't run slabs. You're going to have pillars, and then you're going to actually have for plumbing and runoffs and figuring out how, when water comes down there, how you're going to get it out of there, pumps and all that. It's a little more complicated. So it's not going to be an easy thing. What did I miss? Leah Dennis, really? They haven't started yet. Hold on, I missed somebody. Let's go see. I missed somebody. He said Leah Dennis, they haven't started. He might have meant Laverne Penix. Oh, they haven't started. No, they haven't. They cleared the ground to start construction. Exactly. Yeah, there's nothing. They haven't put any blocks down yet. Nothing's happening. Well, they started though. So I just don't know how you can get projects done in a year. I would think they're going to be done at the end of 2024. And again, a lot of projects are going to be done in the next 2 years, which are going to bring online 5,000 to 10,000 potential rental units. So here's what I'm going to do, ladies and gentlemen. Then we're going to be out of here. 2 hours, 30 minutes. Please smash the like button. Three. Okay, what happened? Okay, we're back. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, gremlins in the system. Okay, amazing. So we're back. All right, let's see what's happening here. Let's see. They cleared the ground. Okay, we got there. Victor Marrero says, my brother is closing in May 2023, Rock Star. There we go. Rock Star. That's definitely not space, and that's not galaxy. So no surprise there. They don't have underground parking there. I don't think they have underground parking. Thank you so much, B3NG. Extra, I appreciate that. Okay. So here's what we're going to do, and then I'm going to cut this off. It's longer than what I was anticipating, but you guys know I like, because every month we're getting more and more information as time goes on, right? So here's what we like to do. Oh, no. Here's what Here's what we like to do. Yeah, I got to get my mic fixed. Okay, so we're going to go in, let's go. I always pick like February 2nd through the 9th. Doesn't really matter. They're going to have 300,000, 400,000 people coming through Punta Cana, no matter which week we choose. And I'm going to go 5 guests. No. I'm going to go 4 guests just to see how many units are available for rent right now in February, being that it's January, 2 months away. All right. They have over 1,000 homes. Now, here's the secrets. You can't see anything. The 404, that's way up there. Here's Macau. Somebody's getting 404. It's a villa, 404 a night, 5-star. Okay. Macau, 244 a night. It's a villa, bungalow with pool, apparently. So I'm not going to count that. What we're going to count is 4 people. And look at the price ranges. But that's not telling the whole story, because I'm going to do something else. I'm going to do entire place. So they're just not rooms. So they have over 1,000 listings still. All right. So you guys got to keep this in mind. Out of that 1,000 listings, the reason why you're going, Eric, it doesn't look like 1,000. I know, it's just that you have to zoom in. These are the preferred Airbnb people that show up first. But now we're going to go in a little bit. And now we're going to go, Victor Marrero, I'm going to go with your spot first. All right. Now, February 2nd, apparently, I don't see, oh, here we go. I was going to say, I don't see the freaking 30 or 40 spots that normally is available up here. What's happening? Here we go. See, this is what I'm referring to. These aren't the preferred listings, so people usually won't zoom in. And now here we have now we get to understand the ecosystem and how much potentially people can rent for. Now remember, these are the available places. We don't know what the rental rates are for places that have already been rented. But we do see there's a lot of units available over here at Cana Rock. And the prices range from, well, some of these might be Cana Pearl. Well, it's still on the premises, so they're going to count. But 82, 89. And so here's the thing. This is a 2-bedroom at Cana Rock. This looks like, I can't tell where this is. It's Cana Rock condos is what this looks like. But anyhow, that's $89 a night for a 2-bedroom. So what happens is somebody's going to go over here, and this is nearly the same thing. They're going to come over here and say, I have a 2-bedroom too. He's going to charge 106. Another guy goes, I have a 2-bedroom. Well, I have a penthouse and I'm charging 159. Another guy says, I have a 3-bedroom. I'm charging 243. But remember, all these are available. So to me, I can't really tell. But 106, hey, $700 a week, 117. So again, these are all new, but 160, Cana Pearl, Hard Rock Casino. Interesting. I don't know what that means. 167, Cana Pearl. So this must be Cana Pearl area. 133. So this appears to be anywhere from 80 to 170. And this is prime time. The good news, these people bought there for well, under 200,000. If they're available right now, these are all under 200 grand. So $700 a week, if you're able to get it, if we got to do 106 or 90 or whatever, 2 weeks, 1,400. The question is, can we get to 10% of our money? That's the $1 million question, right? Because if we can't, then we might as well do dividend investing. The real deal, right? Just like REITs in the stock market, if their return on investment is 5% and they can get 5% without even dealing with rentals, which a REIT can't do that. But all I'm saying is like a BlackRock or whatever, Sequoia Capital, those guys who invest in family homes and Open Door and Zillow and all them guys, what they were doing, why make 5% from dealing with managing homes when you could have made the same 5% by getting a dividend stock that gives you 10% or 5%, or a bond that gives you 4.3 over, 2-year bond, 4.3, 4.5 occasionally happens. So it makes no sense. Same rules apply here, but this is long-term play because rents go up over time. And if this place gets a blowout to 10 million visitors like in 2023, which I think will happen, now all of a sudden it starts getting a little more complicated. Now, check out El Cortecito. These are on the beach. Ocean View apartment, 3-bedroom. They're on the beach. They're getting a value. Another penthouse unit, 3-bedroom, $322 a night. Well, they're asking. But also hey, look, right here. Cozy, $70 a night, $81 a night. This is competition, so to speak. $85 a night. Penthouse, sleeps 8. 5 stars, 11, $85 a night over by Cocotel. Is that right? No, that's not Cocotel. Cocotel's here. Here's something in Cocotel. This is interesting, $71 a night. Now, this is a villa, probably $366, $250, 4-bedroom villa. Wow, that's interesting. Not the $1,000 a night that a lot of these guys were asking for before. And now this is coming down towards Vista Cana. Here we go. We have a few more, but Vista Cana and Primavera share the same fence. So a lot of people, even though, yes, see, this is Primavera. And once again, they're charging $150. And again, ladies and gentlemen, this right here was $100,000 2 years ago. His is built. He's getting $150 for a $100,000 property. 3-bedroom, 2.5 bath. This right here, same thing. They're trying to ask for $160. This guy here, I know he's getting it because I've seen his rentals before. He has 5 in review, but there's probably more than that. But here goes a guy, $213, that's at Vista Cana, has never been able to rent at the $213 price. Why? This is why. They have the beach out there. They have Yak Lounge. That's it. He has a pool, but this is his complex. I don't know the name of this complex. The complex has no pool, no fitness center, no snack bar, no playground, no nothing. So he's relying on the amenities at Vista Cana, and all there is a beach there right now in Yak Lounge. So people don't want to spend $213 when you can stay almost anywhere at $213. Now this is new, $127. Oh, this is at Primavera next door. Again, when you buy something for $100,000, you can charge whatever, $100 a night is fine. $82 a night. This is also at Vista at Primavera. They got a low score, 3.42, so that's not good. $149. I don't know where this is. This looks like, is this? I can't tell where this is. Oh, this is, I think this is Primavera also, because that's their little pool area. All right, so they're at Primavera again. So they should share the same fence line, and so people don't move their cursor to put them there. So this guy's not in. So this guy here is also, they're not in Oasis del Lago. All right, so there we go, ladies and gentlemen. Just wanted to give you an idea. And downtown, trying to find something downtown. San Juan Lakes, 259, 133. Again, there's nothing outrageous here. There's people that can get rents from $80, $70, $100, $200, and still get a nice place. Just wanted to show you guys. Now, here's the next thing. Let's move up. I want to move into the 6 sleepers. I'm down here in Cap Cana, Victor Marrero, and everybody. This is where the high-end players play. And notice the prices do start escalating. $295, not abnormal. $186, not abnormal. 2-bedroom apartment jacuzzi with ocean view, $186 in Cap Cana. That seems like a deal. $108. These places don't really have amenities either. So again, if you get in now, everybody who got in, who's here, you guys are lucky. All right, you guys are lucky. Let's go. You can zoom into the reviews where you'll be able to quickly eliminate many of the competitors. Having the things we discussed here when the runner shows up will give you the edge. Exactly. Exactly. I am really not worried about competition with Galaxy. I know what I plan to do and the marketing I want to do. The management charges aren't even close to what I am paying at Margaritaville anyways. Well, yeah, but Margaritaville, you get to charge a hell of a lot more. But yeah, it's going to be very interesting by the time they build Galaxy, because the other complexes will be there too. So, but by the time they build this time next year, we will know, we'll be in full focus on what we'll pinpoint within $25 to $50 how much we would be able to rent things for in Punta Cana this time next year. We'll be a lot closer because we're going to have a sample size of another 1,000 to 1,500 units will be in this Airbnb listing categories. So we're going to find out. And there is one thing that still holds true. There's hardly anybody that decks their place out. And the people that do deck their place out, they have a high rental rate. So that's the thing you have to remember. So I want to show you guys one other thing that I've talked about before many times. When we start increasing the guest rate, notice the 405 popped up, but we still have 77s. We still have all that. We still have 113, 149s, 119, 127s. Notice when I go to 8, this is for everybody that has a 3-bedroom, you can sleep 8. People that have a 4-bedroom, you can sleep 8 to 10. So now we're going up to 8, and now all of a sudden we start seeing different numbers. We start seeing like 1,100, somebody's asking. But we still see this. All right, 405, 549, 259, well, we already saw that. Start seeing different prices when we get up to 8, 345, 700, 200s, 300s, 300s, 600s, 1500s. You guys see a little bit difference. Now, the magic kicker. This is where I advocate if you can go to the 10s, this is where I say, because that's a limited amount of people that can sleep 10. 799s, 180s, 209s, 730s, $5 Cocatel, so that can be 520s on up. So you see a little bit different pricing when you can sleep 10. So I'm just saying that's why when you buy something, it matters. So if we talk about 10 sleeper and it costs $250,000, nothing wrong with that, because you could potentially rent it out for $400 a night, $500 a night and up. Especially if I'm talking about Primavera 4 right now. You can buy a 4-bedroom with a pool, with amenities that their guests can use. It's all there. So you should be able to get $400 or $500 per night, according to what I see here. $300 a night is worst case scenario. Okay, we'll take that too. But the point is $2,000 to $3,000 per week should be doable. And if you can do that 50% of the month and have a high rental rate, that starts adding up to $6,000 per month. Now you get to $70,000 a year. That's nothing to sneeze at under any circumstance. All right, let's wrap it up, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go. It's going to be a good night time, and we have a plan. Victor Marrero, I'm really not worried about the competition. Oh, I already saw that. Yes, Victor Marrero's been renting for a while, and he's understands Margaritaville because he rents there, and he understands the ecosystem and what people are willing to spend. And he has his whole thing in his mind how he's going to market it. So he's going to market it upscale, I'm sure, and he's going to provide the extra gift basket here and there, the extra thing, the extra goodies, have that nice rating, and people will spend extra money to stay in a nice place. It could be in the same building, and people will come in and stay in one place and pay more, and then they all want to pay less in another location. Same building, same floor, right next to each other. But because we left the extra goodies in the fridge, left a nice gift basket, left some, and we have the nice furnishings, people say, hell yeah, I'll spend an extra $100 a night to stay here. It's comfy, cozy, and everything is beautiful. Meanwhile, the other guy has cheap sheets, no extra gift baskets, no extra nothing, just rent from me. I'm charging $125 a night. Okay. But again, you want reputation, ladies and gentlemen, when we rent. Reputation matters. You want people being a word of mouth saying, hey, this is what I get a lot of times. Free. People are like, I stayed at this place. It was awesome. So I told my friends about it. So that's why I told my friends to call you because of the place. Do you still have it? So I don't have to do extra work. So you get an extra, over time, an extra 10 rentals a year, an extra 12 rentals a year. It's not going to be substantial, not like an extra 100 or something, but one per month, one every 2 months, somebody's referring that stayed in your place. That's what you want. You want the free word of mouth. And that also sometimes allows you to bypass the middleman if there is one. So I'm just saying, all right, we're going to wrap it up 3 hours, even though I tried to do it less. Happy Thanksgiving weekend. Thank you, everybody, for being here. Thank you so much for your support, your input. Everybody with the icon, thank you so much for being a member of the channel and financially supporting me and the channel and the SSN Nation. Thank you, everybody, for dropping the gems tonight. Also, Victor Marrero, Laverne Penix, Chili Davis, otherwise known as Mr. Financial, Curtis Davis around here. And we'll talk on Monday. And please check out some of the videos I'm going to be dropping tomorrow. I'll be talking about horizon views at Larimar City. That, and then I'm going to be talking about some more villas that came out. Also, they're not as nice as, like I say, you're going to be paying more per square feet for the newer villas. But hey, I'm going to tell you guys about it because some people might say, hey, I like this idea and I'm going to go buy this villa. All right. With all that said, thank you for watching again. Thank you for listening again. But please like, subscribe, and click the bell below for the latest updates. And like I said, it's hard out here, so we have to discuss all these different ways of making that passive income. All right. And with all that said, keep your head up. Keep moving. And I'm out.